All right. We are live. We're live. We're live. Today gonna be an interesting show. I feel like it's gonna be an interesting show. I really do. I had about I guess I had like two topics that I wanted to discuss initially, but sometimes when you listen to other people do shows, it gives you ideas. It gives you maybe time to maybe add on to something that they initially wanted to, they were initially trying to say. And so that's kind of what I got last night from Coach Hayes' show, as my guy Cuban Kane indicated that they jumped my guy last night. They jumped him, in many words, based on a comment that he had made or the standard. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the standard, right? But, excuse me. But on tonight's show, I obviously got to talk about Chevis Jackson. I saw someone put in the comments. They asked me when was the last time the quarterback was the best player on the team. So I want to kind of delve in that. Obviously, does the standard go back into effect due to Mario Cristobal being here? And lastly, would most people just want a great team that we're we're going to give that's going to get a national championship, or people still kind of stuck on the just having a good program, right? So, and obviously, I've kind of spoken my piece about that. So, as always, we gotta get the introduction going, right? I ain't done the introduction in a while about why people are here, watching the Canes Roundtable.
It didn't come back for the cocaine. It came back face.
Came back for the base. So that's what we're here for, man. Uh, we are here for that. So, guess we'll start at the top. Chevis Jackson, defensive back coach, University of Miami. It's interesting, right? Because I was on Coach Hayes' show last night, and I really looked at it, and I said, I don't really see this guy having that much more just experience than Demarcus Van Dyke in terms of maybe coaching, because Demarcus Van Dyke started off his coaching career in 2017. I saw at ASA College. Then he came over to the University of Miami, kind of worked in the back room back in 2018. Based on what a lot of people were saying, he was very pivotal in helping landing the commitments of some of the guys that have already left the program, and even um, helping some guys that, such as maybe like a Kamani McClain, maybe some guys that we didn't actually get, but he was looked at as a key figure out here on the trail, right? He got the great picture of him holding the baby gator. So, that's just that's a type of swag, right? But I'm not necessarily going to compare and contrast the two guys. Basically, what I'm going to kind of say is this: I think Chevis Jackson does have, obviously, he does have experience in terms of, excuse me, in terms of him coaching at South Alabama, obviously coaching at Marshall, having a stint at Kansas, um, obviously coaching at Ball State, and everybody asking this live. No, this is live. This is Roundtable, right? So if you see Roundtable in the title, it's live. I'm not gonna record one of my videos and put Roundtable beside. I'm not gonna do that, right? Roundtable is just that, a roundtable, not just me talking. So no, it's a live video. Um, but my thought process about a DB coach is just simply this: your job is to recruit, be a guy that is able to connect, connect with the guys, because obviously we're talking about guys that are not very, very far, much removed from a lot of these younger guys. So even if you're not necessarily, well, let me rephrase that. even though you're the defensive back coach, you still could be looked at as a guy that maybe the quarterback maybe want to come talk to, the running backs, wide receivers, D line, O line, because of the age gap, right, between them and maybe their overall position coaches, right? Because we're talking about looking at our coordinators. Shannon Dawson is in his mid 50s. Lance Guidry is close to 60. Mario Cristobal is close to 60. Um, my guy Kevin Beard, he's kind of a younger guy as well. Not overall, but in terms of just being able to relate to the guys. So you need guys like that on the team. And obviously Chevis Jackson, he's not that old of a guy because as I made mention on the show last night, I remember watching Chevis Jackson play at LSU. It was an interesting way that they used to play like press coverage, like at the snap of the ball, they would either jump in, excuse me, they would either jump inside or they would kind of jump outside and maintain like press coverage. Like it was just like some high level stuff. And so, like I said, I remember watching Chevis Jackson play. Right, obviously Patrick Peterson kind of gets the fanfare of kind of maybe starting the DBU situation. Obviously, his number, 7 being one of those numbers that LSU holds in very high regard. But again, like I said, I remember watching Chevy Jackson play. And, excuse me, when his name first got mentioned as an option, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like, is this the Chevy Jackson that played at LSU? Because, a lot of times people have the same name. But when I was able to go, kind of go back and look at it, I said, okay, well, it's the same guy. So again, the question is, are you? Is he gonna? I mean, what does he bring to the team? In terms of that, because again, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people kind of get some things kind of misconstrued because we look at a defensive back coach kind of in the same, or even a wide receiver coach to an extent. People kind of look at them in the same realm of a coordinator, and they're not because they're gonna do what the coordinator tells them to do. Now, obviously, with Chevis Jackson working for Lance Guidry, obviously, he understands how he wants the defensive backs to play, so that's the way that he will coach them to do. That may not be his personal philosophy because he may have been taught a different way to play defensive back dating back to his NFL time as well as his time at LSU. But based on where he's worked, obviously you have to be you have to adapt to the moment, right? You have to be flexible, in many regards. But I don't know, man. It's a name, Obviously, like I said, the guy played in the NFL. He played at a high level in the SEC. So, I mean, just from a playing standpoint and just the experience that he does have, he's an interesting hire, right? But it doesn't. I guess I'll still be a little biased. And I was dead serious when I said this, right? It's like Mike Rump should have got another shot at this, right? NIL's running rampant in college football. We could have let Mike Rump go out there and do what he does, in terms of giving the little speech that he gave in front of Julian saying and all that stuff like that. So, so you got all that good stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, LV, what's going on? Cuban K, South Coast QB. So we in here, right? But that's about it on the Chevy Jackson situation, right? Um, I don't know, but like I said, the question will be: is this actually? Does he have enough experience to warrant maybe going in that direction over maybe a DVD? I'll say that. But anyway, so moving on. Next topic. When was the last time that the quarterback was the best player on the team? Probably have to go back to the 80s. Maybe even have to go back to the 70s when you really stop and think about this. Because I think some people are looking at that Cam Ward as Cam Ward is the best player on this team. And I don't think so, right? I think you look at, Ruben Bain, probably maybe the best player on the team, the offense or defense. Some people may have high admirations for Akiko, but Cam probably would be top five, right? But just the best player on the team, uh, I don't really think so. And I think one of the questions, right, because people try to put context into things, right? You got to put context into things. And I asked this question, or 20 fumbles better than 13 interceptions, right? And like I said, I pushed the line here, right? I'm gonna push the line. Um, there were, and shout out to South Coast for doing the Rise of Failure series that he's doing on his YouTube channel. Please go out there and check it out, right? Please go out there and check it out. Not just for going back in time and looking at some of the old teams, but you actually are getting to see how some of the same issues that were plaguing the team back then, are still kind of plaguing us today. And you have to stop and you have to wonder why, you know. But it's one little caveat that kind of QB. He had 20 fumbles and 13 of them were recovered by the other team. So, and we all know fumbles can bounce however they bounce, right? The North Carolina game showed us that where we forced a fumble. Was it Drake Mayo, the running back, fumbled the ball, and then it bounced like right back up into their hands, right? So turnovers are kind of crazy like that. So I mean, if you put the ball on the ground 20 times, luckily, you were able. Well, no, that's not lucky. I mean, you fumbled 20 times and you lost. I mean, you lost. Well, yeah, you fumbled the ball 20 times, and no, they lost seven. My bad. You lost 7 out of 20. Right. So, but there's no guarantee that particular ratio will remain that particular ratio. Got to figure out what is actually going on to cause said fumbles. Now, obviously, some people will say, maybe it's trying to do too much, trying to, do all this. But in any regard, like I've said in the past, he's not the only quarterback that has dealt with those type of situations, and they're not putting the ball on the ground as much that way either. So I think that is something that has to be worked on. And I jokingly put it in the chat on Coach Hayes' show because they was talking about the NCAA game, and I said I wonder what they're going to put his carrying rating at, right? Ball carrier rating. Now I wonder what the grade is going to be on that. It's going to be interesting to say. But I do think obviously again, and I spoke about this in the past, but it just kind of brings it back up again because when you talk about last year's team, most people will say, look, TVD threw this many interceptions, and so how you gonna win like that? And again, going back to South Coast Canes, our '03 team with a talent advantage, similar to the talent advantage that we have now and have had for the last 20 some odd years. They were able to win 11 games with Brock Berlin throwing 17 interceptions. We won 10 games. Malik Rozier threw over 10 interceptions. We won 9 games with Ja'Cory Harris throwing over 10 interceptions. So initially, when people were saying it, it's kind of like, it is what it is. But when you really look at it in the way that you really look at it, it's like, bro, we've had quarterbacks throw double digit interceptions in past seasons, and we didn't win five. We didn't go 5-7. We didn't go 7-6 or whatever the situation is. Like we said that the quarterback needed to clean up the turnovers, but it never was a situation where it's like, man, if he hadn't thrown this, man, we could have won the game because you got to have it both ways, right? If you're gonna say that we were in every game, you know what I mean? If we were in every game, then we can't necessarily just say that okay because the quarterback turned the ball over, that's the reason we lost. Because the opposite end of that coin is that we forced turnovers as well. So it's not like in all these games where TVD threw interceptions, our defense didn't force interceptions themselves. Now we can say that we didn't take enough advantage of it because of maybe TVD, but we just can't say because people want to say, okay, we were close in the game. It's like, okay, well, our defense forced some turnovers too, right? It's not like we play like our opponents all play turnover free football. It doesn't work like that. So we got oh my God. You know what, bro? I don't care what your name is up here. You still Cuban Kane. I'm not doing this.
My name is Hollywood Hogan, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not doing it.
My name is Hollywood Hogan. You saw what he get last
I'm
night. My name is Hollywood Hogan.
not doing it. I'm not doing it.
What up,
You think
Shan?
what's up? Having this third OC? Yeah, I do. I do. You know, QB. You know, around this time, you know, people say it's not a lot of stuff to talk about, and really, it really is a lot of stuff to talk about. It's just that people don't want to talk about those things. Yeah, that is going to be an impact because it's just like I think some of our defensive backs going into this season with their third defensive back. Some of them, this will be their second defensive back, and obviously some of the players on the defense, you know, the ones that are still kind of stragglers, this would be maybe their third DC or that's this their second DC. You know what I mean in terms of um, Lance Guidry. So yeah, I do think there's going to be somewhat of an impact because you do have to get the verbiage down. You got to learn another playbook, all this different stuff like this. Because again, we made mention of this. We're not running an air raid in the instances. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I saw some people say that hey, we're going more under center, we're doing more pro style stuff, and so I accidentally stumbled upon who first mentioned that, and I said, wait a minute now, y'all say y'all don't like this guy. All he does is lie. Gary Furman is the guy that made mention of that. So are we listening to Gary Furman now, or is Gary Furman still full of it, Mr. Hogan?
I mean, Gary Furman's been full of it. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get into that. Well, I could get into what he said recently, criticizing Cam Williams. Um, what's number zero? Just criticizing the receivers. You know what I'm saying? The receivers are the safeties, all black positions. But when it comes to criticizing, Tyler Van Dyke, he would never mention, oh, Tyler Van Dyke threw an interception. He needs to be moved to tight end, right? But when it
Yeah.
comes to any black player, they just need to move positions and But I don't like Gary Furman, not one bit, not 1 second. So don't mention that name because your channel's gonna get banned.
No, I'm just no. We don't have to get into we don't have to get into that. I'm just asking because for the most part, people have said, okay, Furman doesn't have a grip on anything. He doesn't know anything that he's talking about. Don't listen to him. But it seems as if that since he said that we're going to go more pro style because Cam needs this for his NFL stock, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, well this is what it is. Now I've
But
heard some
that's
people
that's
say it.
ridiculous because they don't run pro style anymore in the NFL. They rarely go in under center anymore. So that's a ridiculous statement. Like name me a successful team that goes pro style in the NFL. That's not realistic. It's like if you're going pro style is such and I'm from this era, a 90s 2000s type of football. That doesn't happen anymore. So if we're gonna go, I mean, this is we talked about it before, Shad. Mario Cristobal won a championship last year. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be the other right? He wants to run it left, run it right, and if it's third down and long, maybe throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? But this is something that you said before. Like, did Cam, because Cam has to get film of him throwing the ball, not being under center and pounding and running the ball. So I heavily doubt we're gonna go pro style, but I don't know what Mirabal has up his sleeves. So I just don't know.
So so in so many words, this is what you're saying about these people.
Look, what does that say? Bald-headed lies. Bald-headed lies.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
okay, okay. But wait a minute though. This is their rebuttal though. This is their rebuttal.
I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That's their rebuttal. So you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Leave it at that. Because when they're right, you know, so that's what's
I
going
mean, but
on.
this is the funny part is if we do run pro style, we win a national championship. I'm all for it. And that's hey, I'll be proven wrong, and I'll be happy that I was proven wrong. So if it is pro style, it is pro style. But like you said, if you are watching Jordan's South Coast Kane like running back the history of what happens, right? When we play close games, you're gonna get beat. When you run that pro style, you have to. And another thing, if you do run pro style, you must have a dominant defense. Like I said on Coach Hayes
Yeah,
show, I don't
it's
think
not
we have a
optional.
dominant defense. Because if because sometimes you're going to be three and out, and you're milking the clock. You're milking the clock. So what that means is, if the offense, the other team gets the ball, you have to stop them majority of the time. So if you are going to run a pro style, you better make sure this defense is dominant. And I don't. I mean, yesterday people were saying that we do have a good dominant defense. I don't see it. I want to be proven wrong, but we shall see. We have a
No,
dominant player, want a dominant player, but that's about it.
no, I don't think we have a, I don't think we have a dominant defense. Um, PFF, which is the preferred um, statistic website that we go to, according to them, the defense last year was as good as the 2018 defense and 2017 defense in many regards and many grades. But what we saw, what we saw, which is one of the biggest things that people talked about with Manny, is that when those defenses ran up against equal or more talented teams, we lost. Or they surrendered, they surrendered a lot. And we kind of saw some of that this particular year. So I don't necessarily see a dominant defense again with with just a lot of, guys who didn't play a lot, being asked to step up. Um, I know some people were. I was in Coach Hayes' chat one day, and the guy was kind of going back and forth with me about saying that, hey, well, we played like top five most freshman snaps on the team or something like that. And I'm like, okay, well, you're talking about if we're talking
Two,
about overall snaps, then I can see that. But if you're talking about percentage of freshmen with snaps, because that's the context, right? You're just saying something.
yeah,
You're
that's a
not
skewed
wrong.
stat because only two players that played, as true freshmen. That was Marigoa and Bain, right? So
and
it's
and
like
obviously Mark Fletcher,
and Mark
right?
Fletcher, but Mark Fletcher didn't get that many touches because he was hurt a majority of the years.
Yeah, Mark Fletcher,
Quick,
and
quick
then
thing.
yeah,
Rocky said, "If we stay healthy, this is a playoff team." All right, and this is one of the things that
we're
Coach
getting
Hayes
into
says,
we're getting into
right?
this. We're
But
gonna
but
get into the
no, no,
standard.
yeah, it's just because I hate that comment because it's like, name me. We've never been healthy, right? Um, Players always are getting hurt. So saying that if we stay healthy, yes. If any team stays healthy, they're gonna win a lot of games. You can't say if we stay healthy. That's not realistic. It's college sports. That's why you have 80 something players on the roster, right? Because people get hurt. So I understand what Rocky is saying, but that if we stay healthy, we've been saying that since beginning of time.
No, we're gonna get right into that. We're gonna get into the standard because I wasn't even gonna touch this until again, I guess you want to be called the NWO, until the NWO attacked poor Coach Hayes last night. So because I wasn't even gonna, I wasn't
Okay.
standard. Listen, standard was nowhere near anything that was on my mind. But thanks to you guys, I listened to that. I sat down last night. I sat down today. I said, you know what? Coach Hayes was right.
Man, Coach Hayes was so excited yesterday. He's like, I got somebody to back me up. Muhammad is come here to back me up.
No,
Muhammad back. bash his head in. He's like, all
No,
right, I
but
got Cuban King. I don't like that Cuban King dude, but you know what I'm saying? Cuban King gonna come back me up. And he came down like Hollywood Hogan with with the yellow trunks and everything, and then he turned the heel on Coach Hayes.
yeah. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Um, let me ask you a question again.
Yep.
Cam Ward had 20 fumbles, right? I believe I did the numbers. Only seven of them were lost. But those particular numbers that I got, those were before the 2024 season started. So I don't necessarily know what the final number of lost fumbles were. But if they we know how fumbles they can bounce one way and we may can get the ball or we may not get the ball back. So and in the regards, let's just say are 20 fumbles better than 13 interceptions? Or seven lost fumbles? Well, technically he had five, he had six interceptions. He had six interceptions. And I think yeah, he lost seven fumbles maybe last year.
Fumbles are
So
worse.
so he had 13 so he had the same 13 turnovers, I believe that Tyler Van Dyke had. So it's 13 for 13.
Well, let me
So
explain why fumbles are worse because when you throw an interception, that could be deemed or seemed like a punt, right? You're throwing the ball down the field. A fumble by QB, especially, is usually around the line of scrimmage, and that's, you're kind of losing yards there. So I would say fumbles are way worse than, and also with fumbles, that's where injuries happen. People jump on a pile, get hurt, miss a finger, shoulder, whatever it is, right? So I would say that fumbles are worse than interceptions.
so I asked you this question, right? Because people are quick to say Rome wasn't built in a day. So I
Yes.
said, me being me, I said, well, Rome wasn't built in a day, but Dollar General was. Can we at least get Dollar General? Can we at least get
But
Dollar?
when
Can
when
we at
when
least
when
get
people
Dollar
when
General?
people uses Rome wasn't built in a day, I keep saying we play in the damn ACC, and we're playing in the ACC Coastal. Like this is not like we're playing in the SEC, you know. So it's like, come on, man. Like, stop with this. Rome wasn't built in a day. We're playing against a sorry bleeping conference.
But but this is what kind of gets me right because people they make this discussion and they bring it from they pick which goal line they want to go to. Okay, let's just stick with what we got. We're gonna start with what does it take to win the Coastal? Do you need Rome? Do you need the entire Roman Empire to win to compete in the ACC? Do you need the entire Roman Empire? No, you don't. So
Before I keep going on, who has in the ACC? Who has better talent than us year in year out?
nobody but
No, it's
Clemson.
two. It's mainly maybe two teams: Clemson and Florida State.
I'm not gonna say Florida State because
I'm saying that's what I said. Maybe,
yeah,
right? Maybe, right? Clemson and Florida State. So what type of run we're trying to build to even come in third place in the ACC? Forget getting to the championship. What does it take to come in? So that would be my question. What does it take to come in third place in the ACC?
we've been doing that for a
Having
while.
having teams that are recruiting rankings are in the plus 20 range.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's all it takes. So from a talent perspective, got enough talent to kind of get that done. But but yeah, can we at least get a Dollar General? You know, can we at least get a Dollar General? Um, but can we at least get a Dollar General? I,
But Shad, you know what this comes from, and it comes from the world, the Garys of the world, right? It's like he was like, "Oh, we don't have talent to compete against the big boys." I'm not worried about no damn big boys. I'm not worried about no damn SEC.
I'm not either.
I'm worried about the coastal. Like, do we have enough talent to win the coastal? And the answer is yes, right? So it's
Yeah,
like we Miami could build Rome in 1 year. In 1 year, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, let's think about it. we took players from MTSU.
Hey, before you continue, this is the other piece that people for whatever reason conveniently overlook, right? Since Mario Cristobal has been here, right, and this is including this particular portal cycle, we've taken over close to 50 players. So this is not just a high school recruiting type of deal to say Rome wasn't built overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight because Rome did not have um, Caterpillar tractors, John Deere equipment. They didn't have the sophistication, the engineering that we have today. Because if they did, Rome probably would have been built in a day. But continue.
Well, it's funny because you mentioned this on South Coast channel. It seems that Mario hires people that beat him, right?
You brought that up. I didn't say that.
so so he's getting players that beat him, buddy from NC State, buddy from MTSU, and it's like okay, I guess so. I already know if we lose a game, I'm like, all right, we need to scout the player on that team because they beat Mario. So yeah, sorry.
Oh man, my guy Rocky. Do you have any additional thoughts on Chevis Jackson?
Who?
Chevis Jackson, our defensive
Who?
back coach.
Oh, the greatest corner DB coach in the nation.
Yes,
That's.
right.
I mean, I don't know why you're asking me this. He's the greatest DB coach in the nation.
We don't have to go
Uh,
any further. Okay, I got it.
yeah, I don't want to go any further. He's just the greatest
Okay.
DB coach in the nation. I don't know why you even. This is like Shad. Sometimes I wonder about you, Shad. Like if you know any football, you know what I'm saying.
I don't.
Miami hired Chavis Jackson, so if Miami hires him, he is the greatest in the nation. All right, so let's stop playing around, Shad. Like you need to learn your football. All right.
Hey,
Um,
I don't. You know why? This is why I don't know football.
Your father never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
Never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
yeah.
So how am I gonna know the game if I never had the makings of a varsity athlete? How am I supposed to know the game?
Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing. I mean, all right. All joking aside, I don't know nothing about Travis Jackson. Like I've mentioned in on Coach A show yesterday, it just seems like it's a homeboy clique, right? And everybody used to get mad at other coaches, right, for hiring homeboys. Rick hiring his son, Manning hiring the bartender and his homeboys. Mario's doing the same thing, right? It's a homeboy business. It's not the best man gets the job. I mean, I don't think Rump should have got the job, but it's
I
like,
do. I do.
me personally, what I would have done when they fired Florida's DB coach. What's his name again? What's the Florida DB coach? The one that
Oh,
from LSU, Corey
Court
Raymond.
Raymond.
Yeah, when they fired Corey Raymond, I would have hired him as a GA or an analyst and kept him in the building because we knew that our DB coach is going to leave. So it's like I would have hired Corey Raymond and left him in the building. You know,
But but you know what's interesting about this, right? Is prior to this hiring, there was a contingency of people that stated that, hey, well, look, Mario's in control. The guys are gonna work for whoever Mario wants to hire. They don't get to bring their own guys in. Now all of a sudden it's, well, you gotta let them bring their guys in. Like which side of the fence do you want to be on?
yeah,
Either which side of the fence do you want to be on? Like what do you want to do?
yeah, and
Last year it was, eh, you ain't got to do all that. Kirby, when he hires somebody, they don't get to bring the guy. Saban, they don't get the Urban Meyer, don't get the. But now
it's a kumbaya session. We all
it's
got to get along.
imperative. It's imperative. Oh man, he knows how he wants to coach and all that. We said that the other day.
Yeah,
We said that the other day.
yeah,
Hey,
but
but but again, what do I know?
Your father never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What do I know? What do I know? I don't know anything. I didn't have the makings of a varsity athlete. What do I know?
yeah, but I mean, again. And another thing that annoys me is like, oh, Mario needs to hire somebody to manage
Oh
the
my
clock,
God. I gotta
right?
write that down. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that.
All
Shout
right,
out
I
to my
hope.
dog. Shout out to my dog QB for putting that on Twitter and for bringing it back up because I was gonna leave it there. Please, I'll let you lead that. I just gotta write this note down.
Yeah, no, my thing is like you have an $8 million coach. You mean to tell me he needs to hire somebody for $1 million, one to take a knee, one to call a timeout? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? It's like I thought this guy was a professional, great, recruiter, which I still don't think he's a great recruiter, but that's here nor there. You know, it's like, why does he need to hire somebody? It's like, bro, you make $8 million, you better learn how to take a knee and call a damn timeout. You
I
better
heart,
know situation football.
listen. Where do these narratives start?
It's
Where where? How do you feel comfortable as a fan saying our coach needs to hire someone to tell him when he should take a time out, when he should throw a challenge flag, when he should offer to take a knee, when he should say, tell Gidry, we need to blitz here, or Dawson, okay, let's go for the throat here.
so Shad. I'm a Dolphins fan, right? I'm a Dolphin, Heat, Marlins, Canes, whatever fan, right? You and I see the games, right? If you were to poll like everybody right after that whole knee incident, right? Fans, just regular fans, they will say Mario should have taken a knee, right? But what happens is when that game is over, you have Kane's media, Kane's Twitter spaces, voices start to speak, right? Then they start saying, no, that was the right move because Manny would have done that. I'm just saying, I'm just joking here, right? But what these Canes people, these Canes meters start saying is like, no, taking the knee was the wrong move because Manny would have taken the move, the knee, right? Or Rick would have taken the knee, whatever, right? So what you and I see, because it's like the reason why I bought the other teams because it's same thing goes for the Dolphins. Tua played horrible against Kansas City. A minute later, everybody's saying it was not Tua's fault. It was the sky, it was the cold, it was this, it was the defense, it was the injuries. And it's like, hold up, you saw the game just like I did, right? You don't you don't coach college football and you know what the hell to do. But what happens is once the game is over, they start listening to other people, and that's where all this craziness comes from. And one more thing, you think Mario has it tough now? When this college football game comes out, he is going to have hell because there's going to be a lot of people out here that are going to think that they are a head football coach and know situations and know how to play defense and offense. Mario think he has it tough now. Wait till that damn game comes out because people are going to be video game head coaches out here.
I just, I'm just amazed that people are saying this. Like, okay, what is he supposed to do then? If you're gonna hire, like, if you're gonna hire someone to tell him to do this, then why not hire that person?
Right?
If that person knows what to do in every situation, because contrary to whatever people want to believe, oh, I got another one we got to touch on too. I got another one. Talent. Hold up. Let me finish this. Why not just hire that person? If the man is getting paid $8 million, or do like what Michigan did to Jim Harbaugh, cut his salary in half. Come on, man. How do people wake up and conjure up these particular things like this and say we need to when Cuban, when have you ever heard any fan say that about any of the previous coaches? That they need to hire someone to do a job that is specific to the head coach.
If they did that, then like he needs to be fired, right? That's what they said before. If he needed to do that, you remember Mark Rick. You need to hire a offensive coordinator. Well, we got to fire Mark Rick then because we got to hire offense coordinator. So again, it's the more money's being pumped in the program, more people are in Mario protection mode, and it goes from, I think where it starts from is when I think Gary Furman said that Mario is the only coach that could save this program. Ever since that narrative and that thing has been out there, he gets any and every excuse known to man. And I
Well, guess
hate that
well, guess
Mario is the
what?
only coach that could save this program. No, Shad, you could probably save this program.
No, I
We
can't.
don't damn know. We don't know.
I can't
Ellen
say.
could probably save this program. We don't know who that person is. It could be we don't who knew that Dabble was gonna save Clemson? Who
I
knew
can't.
that Mike Norvell was gonna save Florida State?
All I'm saying is, if that's what it is, if Mario doesn't make it, just shut the program down. I mean,
People been saying, but
shut the doors.
people said that before though. It's like if he can't do it, just shut the program. Like, what are you talking about?
Shut it down. Shut it down. QB on mute. He may have had something to do.
Yeah, no, I got to wash the fork, so I don't want you to hear the water.
Yeah. Just shut the program down. There's no need to continue to have individuals go to the games, all that good stuff like this. Chris Kane's in the building. Chris Kane, what's up?
Yo, what up, fellas? What's going on with y'all?
Nothing, man.
What up?
We just trying to
What's
figure
good?
out why why people feel like that we need to hire someone to tell Mario what to do on the sidelines.
Possibly because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Why does a man that makes $8 million a year need training wheels? Why does he need his hand held? Why?
I don't know.
Because you know why? You've shown that you don't know what you're doing. You've shown how to give away a lead when you had the game won multiple times. You've shown how your clock management is laughable and horrendous. You've shown that time and time again. And I don't care what nobody says, this is not a first time head coach.
It's not.
You have been a head coach where? At FIU. You've been a head coach at Oregon. And you've been a head coach here. So, and then
FIU don't count though.
why don't count?
That's hey,
That's what they said. They said
that's what they
FIU don't
say.
count.
FIU don't count.
Oh,
FIU
no,
don't
it
count.
count. Because
He
when they
he
say
didn't
there's just,
he didn't have a
oh, it
weight
count.
room. He didn't have a weight room and stuff like that. So that don't count.
Man, look here. I'm sure they got a Gold's Gym and all this other kind of stuff and Planet Fitness all in Miami. There ain't no damn excuse. Stop that. Them fans need to stop all that. Okay. I get what you didn't have, but that had nothing to do, not you specifically, but to the fans that have said that, because I have heard fans that said that.
But Chris,
Yes.
I
Yes, sir.
have a job. You have a job. Q
Yep.
McCain has a job. Guess what? Guess what's the one thing about a job that we get to dictate, and that's whether or not we accept the job or not. Right?
Right. Right.
So
And
how
our
can
job.
you say Mario went to FIU? You saw what he did. He saw what he didn't have,
Mhm.
and he took the job.
Right.
You could have.
So you
You
knew
could.
you could have
You
turned it
could.
down.
You could have worked somewhere else. So
Exactly.
why? So why are people saying something doesn't count, as if those people kidnapped him and said,
Right.
"Look, you have to work here." No one did that. You
Right.
interviewed for it. They offered you the job. You said, "All right, I'm gonna sign up." So
Right.
it counts. It
It does count.
counts.
It counts. Everything that has head coach in front of it counts. Okay. Regardless of whether you're there or not. Okay. That's my whole definition of a head coach, because regardless of anything, that's your position. You took
Yeah.
that position. Nobody, like you said, nobody kidnapped you. Nobody twisted your arm. Nobody held a gun to your head. Nobody took your Cuban coffee away from you and said that if you don't take this job, you won't have no more Cuban coffee. Nobody said that.
Nobody.
Nobody. But my whole thing is this: even with you being at FIU, you then go into be a position coach, I believe, at Alabama with the offensive line, if I'm not mistaken. You
Yes.
learned from Saban himself. So you mean to tell me that you didn't pick up no notes on how to call to have game management? You didn't pick up on none of that. You didn't do none of that at Rutgers at all either. What are we talking about here? You are making $8 million a year, $8.5 million for you to not take a knee during a Georgia Tech game. You are getting paid $8.5 million for you to say, "Oh well, it's on me. It's on me." I can get that for one game, not two and three and all of this other kind of crap. You got to come with some better material. You're making You're making an $8 million. We get your Miami's invested $8 million in you a year for mediocrity, and that's what you've shown. I don't want to hear no more about the Pac-12. How he won his Pac-12
Oh,
two
bro.
out of 3 years. I don't want to hear no more about that.
My
The
brother's like,
Pac-12 is gone. They're now
let's
the
go.
Pac-4 or the four pack or whatever the hell they are.
Hey, the
They're
two
done.
pack. Hey, the two
Okay,
pack.
I don't even want to hear nothing about that crap no more because when it was at the end of the day, you won your conference, you won all of this stuff. They're not used to being national champions. Miami is.
That
It's
is
a
a fact.
different standard, and he knows that. That's the bad part about it. You to me, this is my opinion. You are not a head coach. You are a decorated offensive lineman that has a coaching job. That is my opinion, and my opinion alone.
Yeah.
And until he shows me something different, I'm going to stand on my business, and that's what I'm going to stay what it is.
So, Chris, this the question for you and Huck Hogan up there. Is this the year as Miami fans that we go back and say we're going back to the standard this year?
Well,
Because
I'm gonna
Coach
put it to you.
Hayes brought up such a compelling argument last night, even though he got jumped on. But I
Yeah,
understood what he was saying.
yeah. And I'm sorry I missed that show too because I had stepped away. I missed it. They say he got jumped on, and I wish I would have been there so he wouldn't have got jumped on. Because somebody ass would have been up under their eyebrows for that. I'm
Is it
telling you.
time? Is it
Hey,
time
my
to
name
bring
is
the standard
Hollywood
back?
Hogan. You know what I'm saying?
Is it time?
That's what we did.
Is it time to bring the standard back in 2024? Is it time to bring back the old University of Miami standard? Is it
Well,
time?
here's the thing. When you got there 3 years ago, you made this compelling Mr. I have a dream. We are Miami. We are the U. We are this. We are that. And all of this other kind of stuff. Now, I will give you this credit and I will answer this question as well with you, Shad. But this is what's going on into answering your question. You cleared out who you felt wasn't Miami. You're Miami. Okay, cool. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to clear out all the scar tissue that's not that doesn't help, that doesn't benefit the program. All the misbehaviors and the disrespect and all of this other kind of stuff not being held accountable. Okay, cool. I'm with you on that. First year wasn't that great. The second year, we started seeing some differences and we started seeing people not give up and not lay down and not forfeit and all this other kind of stuff. Cool. This year, we need to see more accountability. Keep adding to it. Keep holding more people accountable. Now, is this the year where it's just going to go complete 180? Damned if I know. Only
So,
thing I want to know is I want to see kids. I want to see these young men win games. that they should win. I want to see fight. I want to see more fight because I did see it last year. I have to admit, I did see it last year, and it was way better than when we went against Florida State last year compared to when we went against them the year before, when everybody just gave up because they didn't give a damn
Yeah.
because
But
they
hold
had
on,
checked out.
this is my question, right? First, number one, what is the standard, right? And one thing that I keep hearing is we need to stop comparing current Canes versus the past Canes, right? So it's
No,
like
Yeah,
no.
that's a
what?
totally different. We
I,
have
So
I,
to come up with our own standard. Like, okay, let's granted, we're not going to be the same Canes from the '80s and the '90s. Those days are gone. Different players, different standards. However, we have to come up with our own standards for this generation. We're not going to get the Sean Taylors and the Ed Reeds and all of that other kind of stuff. We're
why
not going to
can't
get
we?
that.
Why we can't?
Be-
we
because you know
can.
why? We can to a certain extent, but we're not. We have to do it to a point where it's under. It has to. How can I put it? It has to be accountability of everything that comes from your leadership. When you got motherfuckers over there sitting on the sideline dancing like a bunch of damn fools because we're losing the FIU,
Hold
and
up,
the
hold up,
coach
hold up,
walks
hold up, hold up,
walks
hold up,
Let
hold
let
up.
it let him
We were
let him finish,
no, no,
Q.
I
Let
know
him,
before he keeps going, we were dancing in the 80s and 90s. So that whole
right.
dancing stuff, get it out the way because we were dancing, showboating, collecting penalties, so on and so forth. So that
Okay, but were
whole
we losing?
dancing,
But
showboating stuff, get that
but
out
were
the way.
we losing the
We're
game?
not Nebraska,
I think
student body left, student body right. We
But
dance, we
I
celebrate.
get the dancing. I get the dancing. But were we losing the games in the '80s and '90s?
I
We were
think I
losing. Okay, hold on. I got to get him. That's against Florida State at home. We're losing 27-7. Red wine sacked the quarterback. We got the fumble. We won the game 28-27. And the
Correct.
chain came out. People were dancing, so on and so forth. You're trying
Correct.
to. So the thing is, you're trying to take the culture out of the kids from Miami, right? This is what they do. But when you give them mixed signals, mixed messages, that's when you have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
but
It's
Here's the
like every
here's
here's my
program
issue
has
with
its
that.
own quote unquote culture. I don't know what the hell culture means, but I'm just using the term that everybody uses. It's this damn culture word, right? But that whole dancing stuff, I don't care about that dancing stuff. I care about the coaching. The difference between back then and now, our coaching sucks, has been sorry since 2004. That's my whole thing. Our coaching just sucks. Sorry.
Okay. Here's my thing. The dancing I don't have a problem with. It's when you're dancing. Okay. You're not you're when you're winning and you whooping somebody's ass. Oh, you could dance and do backflips and do all of this stuff all you want to. But when you're losing to FIU, when you're losing to Lock Tech, when you're losing to Middle Tennessee, when you're doing all of that, and I see you on the sideline dancing, or you're losing to Pittsburgh, and I see the coach walk by and don't say a damn thing to you, I have a problem with that. When you're getting your ass whipped, that's my problem. It's not the dancing. It's when you do it
So
and
how
how
wait,
you
so
do it.
how are you going to give energy to your team then? So how what? So you're the coach of Team X. How are you going to motivate your team from getting back in the game when they're down? Like, what are you going to do? Hey guys, let's go. Good job. Let's get back in the game. You know, it's you got to do something to motivate these kids to play because I'm sorry, a lot of these kids are emo, right? They just have a lot of emotional problems. So it's like you have to figure out a way to get them up, their spirits up to keep playing because
Okay,
they're not
I feel
robots.
you.
You're
I
you know
feel
what I'm
you.
saying you're
I
you're
feel you.
viewing this as like, oh, these guys are robots. They're
No, no,
not.
no.
They're
I'm
being
not.
out coached, right? And it's like you got to understand these are kids. They need some motivation. They need some kick. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you're losing, it's like, all right, guys, let's score the next point. It that doesn't work like that. You got to figure out a way to get these kids motivated.
Okay, here's my thing. With me personally, I love to see kids go out there. I love to see them go ahead and play the game and go out there and play and win. Okay, for me personally, if you go out there and you dancing on the sidelines doing all of this extra crap, and we're losing that game. If we're in the fourth quarter and we're losing that game, don't suit up next game. Plain and simple. Because I don't got time for that bullshit. Okay? I don't at all. Hold on for 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hold on.
No problem. So I I agree with Chris Kane, but
Okay. Sorry about that.
yeah, but at the same token, I do feel like that the standard needs to be what the standard was, because I believe it was one coach. I think maybe Manny Diaz may have brought this up, right? It was kind of early in his tenure. Manny Diaz flat out said, "Look, the standard is the '01 Miami Hurricanes. That's the standard because that's
Okay.
the best of the best. So
Hmm.
that's the standard. So again, you have to ask the question if people are parading around saying, "Hey, this team is so much more talented. We're going to do all these particular different things." Because when you start putting that T word out there, when you start talking about this talent thing, when this is the battle cry, then okay, then I got to put you over there where the talent is at. I got to put you over there where a team had all 22 starters got drafted and played in the NFL. I got to put you over there. I see right now on Instagram, I don't know which reporter started it. They got the 2019 LSU versus the '01 Canes, and which team is actually better, right? And it's like we're
Is
not
that
we're
even
not
a debate? Oh, sorry.
we're
Go
not
ahead. I'm sorry.
we're not even doing this because we're not going to do that because, in my opinion, I don't even know if that 2019 LSU team would have beat the 2013 Florida State. I don't know if they would have beat the 2014 OSU team. So
Mm,
y'all don't even got no reason to be going up there. But
right.
that's the standard. And
Right.
is it time to start demanding the standard again?
It is. It is.
Because
But,
because
but
because you got the transfer portal, you got everything that like I said, these are not. I'm just taking what Coach Hayes said. You got every single thing that a lot of fans said that we needed. We needed more investment in the university. We needed to get the weight room. We needed to do all this. We need to do all that. We got all that. So we got all that. So when you have all of that stuff right, ready to go right now, there's no other excuse. Then that means that we're no longer handcuffed. We no longer have the cement shoes. We don't have that anymore. We're able to compete with everybody. So since the playing field is back even again, that means that the standard is back on the table. So really, you don't need to be compared to Al Golden. You don't need to be compared to Mark Rick. You don't need to be compared to Manny. You need to be compared to Jimmy, Butch,
right.
Dennis, and
Right.
Howard.
Right.
So
Now, I will tell you this about a standard. Okay. This it has nothing to do with Miami, but it has everything to do with a standard. Okay. There's a certain football player that I know personally, and his name is Trent Richardson.
okay,
Everybody knows he played at Alabama and everything else like that. Do y'all remember that year that they went against LSU in Tuscaloosa, right? And LSU beat them by 3 points by a field goal. Final second, right?
yeah,
His cousins went to Tuscaloosa to go and turn up with Trent and all this other kind of stuff after the game. That man did not leave. That he was pissed to the point because they lost. He did not leave. Nobody on that team left to go to no club, no nothing, right? When they went against them in that national championship game in the Sugar Bowl for the national championship in New Orleans, LSU couldn't even get past the 50-yard line.
I remember that game.
Domination, standard. You see what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
losing to teams and like, oh well, we lost anyway. Might as well go turn up. No, you should be embarrassed that you got beat the way that you did. I don't care if you lost by a point or if you lost by 4 touchdowns. When you lose like that and you know that you did not give your 100% effort, you're not supposed to be doing none of that. But it's been so far, been so lenient because, oh, well, we can go ahead. I can go ahead and come in anytime I want to and be drunk and be the quarterback and have a hangover and still play. Are you serious? Are you serious? I can still go out and I can still do whatever. I mean, we lost anyway. I might as well go have some fun. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, hold on, Chris. I guess you don't know about the '90s Hurricanes, huh? You don't know nothing about the '90s Hurricane. With the only coach that won back-to-back championship was an alcoholic and was going out with his players. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
but okay,
There's, you know what I'm saying. This is one thing that people keep mixing up. Miami's located in Miami. It's not located in
I get that.
Tuscaloosa. You know what
I
I'm saying?
get
So
that.
it's like I understand what you're saying, but it's not. It's very difficult to do that. So the reason why Miami players are so good is because they could excel with all these outside influences around them. That's what made Miami so great. It's have it's having these outside influences and still dominate you on the field, right?
That's stop right
They
there.
were mentally strong. We need a mentally strong team. I don't care if you party. I don't care if you do what, but you better show up in the morning ready to practice. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
my point.
Yeah.
You can go party. You can do booger sugar if you want. I don't give a damn. I don't
Hey,
care.
maybe they
My
should have done
whole
that
point
back.
is when you get in beside them lines by that 53 and a half going across and them 100 yards going north and south and you go out there, I want you to crack whoever the hell is out there. Whatever you do is what you do. But we have to have a limitation on what you do as far as that well, because you have to be responsible. Okay? You have to be responsible. I don't care if you party. I don't care if you go out there party, the 2, 3 girl, whatever, whatever. You're in Miami. You're in the bed of party city. Okay? I get that. I'm not saying that you have to sit there and be a statue, but what I am saying is that you have to be held accountable for the shit that you do. Okay? Every 90s I don't give a damn if that man went to coached and was a drug addict or alcoholic and just came from an AA meeting right before the damn game or went to one after the game. As long as he coached the game and had those guys out there playing the standard of football that we are used to seeing of 100% leave it out there on that field and putting somebody's ass up under their eyebrows every Saturday, I don't care.
Let me
You
let
can
me
be the
let,
biggest alcoholic you want. You can have alcohol through your IV for all I give a shit.
let
But
me
as
let me
long as you uphold the standard, if, I'm just saying, as far as partying and doing all of that, but you have an obligation, you have a responsibility.
let me
And now if that partying conflicts with your responsibility, now we have a problem because those two should never meet. But once they meet, now you done dipped into my world now. So now I'm gonna have to hold you accountable, and now you're gonna be held on to limitations. I know what it was in the '80s. I know what it was in the '90s. I know what it was in the 2000s too. But they had a responsibility. They held up to the standard. That's the difference. These guys now, this day and time, from the generation that I've seen, that we've all seen, don't give a damn about that. And the coaches don't either. That's my problem. The partying is going on too much, and the practicing and the standards are not held up enough. That's my issue.
let me let
That's
me
my
let,
whole issue.
let me
Period.
read. Let me read this. Let me read this. Anthony Mendez, appreciate you being here. Miami was last relevant 20 years ago and
See what I'm saying?
20 years and seven head coaches ago. And the program is in the same place where it was 2002. Maybe we need to stop looking for a 3-year wonder. It took Harbaugh about 8 years to win a natty. Now, Anthony, this is my rebuttal. Since again, salute to Coach Hayes for bringing it back up. That all of these shortcomings that the University of Miami had as a program, those shortcomings are not there anymore. Cannot talk about a lack
Oh
of
shit.
investment. Can't talk about bag men. Can't do any of that. Everything is on the equal footing right now. Now, I don't think anyone is asking for a 3-year wonder. I think that people are looking at it from the standpoint of,
Shaq, before you keep going, Harbaugh, like QB said, Harbaugh won 10 games year one. That's it.
yeah, I know that. But when people, there were people that were screaming it to the hilltops that these are the reasons that Miami was not winning: a lack of investment, bag
Mm-hmm.
men, penalties, all this stuff like this. None of that stuff is affecting us right now. So it's kind of hard, Anthony, to kind of wholeheartedly agree with you when individuals have said these are the reasons that Miami is behind. But this is my last statement. Michigan's standard is not Miami's standard.
Right.
Miami's
Right.
standard is winning national titles. Miami has more national titles than Michigan does. This is Miami's standard. We can't, I make jokes and stuff like that. We all make jokes. We're all the entertainment and foolishness, like my guy South Coast can't say. But if we want to get down to the nitty gritty, I can get to the nitty gritty with everybody. Michigan does not have the same standard and same outlook that the University of Miami has. Michigan has never fielded a team that has been good as Miami's best team. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan has never been looked at the same way Miami has been looked at. No one tried to shut Michigan down. No one has made
Right.
a one documentary about the University of Michigan as a program. We got two, highest rated, because people are
Two and a half.
interested in
Two and a
what's
half.
going on.
Two and a
Two
half
and a
with the
half,
Notre Dame one.
because people are interested in something like that. When a private institute is able to put together the greatest team of all time, and probably arguably could probably say that the University of Miami has produced probably three or maybe four of the 10 greatest teams in modern college football history. So we can't continue to look at Michigan. We can't look at what these other programs are doing because this is Miami. We don't we
We're
not
different.
we we not we that's not what we're doing. So
We different, dog.
Anthony, if people wouldn't have said that these were all the reasons that Miami wasn't winning all these years, then maybe I could probably wholeheartedly agree with you. But Coach Hayes brought me to the light and said, "Hey, look, none of these things that people said was holding Miami back, they're not there anymore." So again, the standard should be back on the table starting this year.
But Shad, when you say that, I'm gonna come back. This is why Coach Hayes got jumped yesterday,
Well, jump me then. Let's go.
right?
Let's go.
So again, I'm gonna ask you, and I forgot what is your prediction this year?
My prediction before Coach Hayes shined the light in my face yesterday was 8-5. Now, after realizing that the individuals that me, you, Jordan, and the rest of us, we kind of poke fun at, but it's good-hearted laughter at the end of the day. After realizing all of that and how they have said for years that this is why Miami is being held back and those things are no longer there, I'm expecting 11 wins this year.
Give me the 11 games. Give me the 11 games. You see, this is my problem with Coach Hayes yesterday.
Hey,
You
check this
say
out.
a number,
I'm gonna
but
give you the
I need you to tell me the games. I need to see the number. I need to see what 11 games you are seeing. I know where you're saying, oh, I don't know how, whatever, whatever. I
no, no,
need
no,
you to
no.
tell me which
I, I, I,
11 games you see
I
us
give it to you.
winning.
I give it to you. I got 150-50 game on the schedule, and that's Florida State.
Not the first game when nobody knows nothing at Florida.
The standard is back on the table.
Not Louisville. At
The
Louisville, who went
stand,
to the
this
ACC championship game.
Cuban. The standard back on the table. The standard back on the table. What do the 2001 Miami Hurricanes look like being worried about the University of Florida in the first game of the season? What we look like being worried about that?
Is this the
Standard?
2001 Miami Hurricanes?
Yeah, yeah. Cause that's the standard. Yeah, it is. From here on out, under the Mario Cristobal regime, every year we lace them up, it is 2001 again in my mind. Thank you, Coach Hayes. Thank you, Cuban Kane. Thank you, Jay Love. Thank you guys for bringing that fantastic segment to the show yesterday because I've been tiptoeing around. I'm like, oh, well, maybe we might win. Oh, I can see this. I even went on my other show with Chubby, and I'm like, bruh, I may be worried about Syracuse and Louisville and all this. No,
Okay,
the standard is back on the table. I'm
so
not worried about nobody on the schedule.
question, Shad. If that does not happen, then what?
I'm disappointed.
No, 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 no. If he doesn't hit your 11-point mark, what needs to happen? You are the AD. What are you gonna? What's the conversation you're gonna have with Mario?
You got another year to get it done. Because to be fair, after Larry Coker went 9-3 in back-to-back years, they gave him an opportunity to turn it around.
So then you
For
going so then Mr. AD Shad, you just wolfing here because I
I'm
know
not
for a
woofing.
fact that this is not a real year because you're telling me that 11 games is the standard, but if I win 7 games, I got another year. So you really don't have a standard, Mr. AD Shad.
No, 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 no. You didn't say that. You said if we don't hit the 11 win mark. You
Yeah,
didn't
I
say if
won
we
seven
win
games,
seven.
Coach AD Shad. What's going to happen now? What are you going to tell me? I'm Coach Mario. You come to my office. What are you going to tell me?
You got back-to-back 7 years with this amount of money on the table.
Yeah. What are you going to
Hmm.
What are you going to do? You going to fire me?
Oh
What are
no,
you
you
going
got to
to do?
go. You got to go.
You going to fire me?
You got
You got to go.
you got one more damn year to get this
No,
to
I'm
handle
not.
your
I'm not.
business.
I'm not giving you another year. I'm
Yeah,
not giving
because
you
then
another year
if you're saying 11,
because
if you're saying
you
11 is the
asked for
standard, you
this.
must hold that to it.
I'm
You must
holding it.
make a decision on
I'm
11
holding
games.
it. I'm holding
I'm
it.
gonna tell you right now.
I'm
What you know
holding it.
what? I'm not even gonna put it on a standard for a win. All I'm gonna tell you, we need to be at the ACC championship. However many wins we need to get to the ACC championship and win it. That's what I'm gonna hold you to. You got enough money here. You got enough resources here. You got enough recruits here. You got enough talent here. We got enough money here. We got enough resources here. We got enough talent here. We can win it. We can win it.
He dropped off.
Oh, I don't know. So what you saying, Cuban?
Hold on. I'm saying Coach Hayes need to mute himself. Talking about, bro, somebody got to mute themselves. Coach Hayes, you need to mute yourself. That's what you need to do with that craziness map you had yesterday. And QB, my acceptable win total is 9 games because I'm following the
It's not
Coach Hayes
acceptable.
business model.
It's
My
not
whole thing
acceptable.
is, my whole thing is this: you need the ACC championship. Period. I don't know how many wins that it takes, but whatever we need to do to get there, we need to get there. Call it what you want. You got too many resources. You got too much money on this table. We got too much invested into this company. I mean, into this program for it to just be 7 wins, and that's okay.
No, you said the
We need
right
to see
company.
more.
You said company. You hit it on the head.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's basically what it is, man. But we need to see more. We need for you to produce more. You got too many resources for it to just be mediocre. That's not going to work no more. That's not going to work no more. You have a
Standard is
certain
number
amount of
one.
time in order to do it, and this is the
Stand.
standard that you have. I don't know how many it's going to take for you to win the ACC. 8 games, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever.
Gotta
But
make the playoffs.
all I know is that's the standard.
Gotta make the playoffs this year.
Like I said, AD Shad, I won 9 games.
I don't
You
want to hear
come,
about 9 games. I don't want to hear about nine
but
games.
you coming into my office, Coach AD Shad. What are you telling me? Because if you're holding that standard, is it a real standard or is it a BS standard just to make the
No, no,
fans
no, no,
happy?
no. You know what, Cuban? This is probably before you. Hey, Chris Kane, mute yourself for a second. Mute yourself. Mute
Okay.
yourself for a second.
Well,
Cuban, I did a video about this. I got Mario Cristobal and I got Radakovich on the thumbnail. And in that video, I read an article. And the article stated that Dan Radakovich said that Mario Cristobal will have this thing turned around by year three. That's what the article said. That's what Dan Radakovich said that Mario Cristobal reiterated to him. So, as the AD, if this is what you reiterated to me, if this is what you said to me, that you would have it together by year three, I'm holding you to that. I'm holding you to that.
I clearly understand what you're saying, right?
No,
But
this
is
is
it a
what this
real?
is what this is what Mario said. This is not me saying this. This is what Mario
I gotta
said
see
to
that
Dan
article.
Radakovich.
I understand, and I see this guy Coach Hayes football. This is not Cuban King. This is Hollywood Hogan. Okay, Hollywood Hogan does not accept mediocrity. What Hollywood Hogan is saying is this program needs to step up in levels, right? You're going from 7 wins to 10 wins. According to Sad, you're going from
11.
7 wins to 11 wins.
11.
Is that a real progression?
Yes.
Is that a
Yes.
is that a real kind of
Yes.
growth?
Yes,
It,
yes, yes. Hollywood Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. This is what these people have said. I didn't say it, you didn't say it, Chris Kane didn't say it, but the people that have the ears of the majority of the fan base, that is what they have said for 20 years. There is
I,
no investment in the program. They blamed Donna Shalala. They blamed the cloud when Al Golden was here. They said Manny, he was too young. Mark Rick was too old. Mario Cristobal has none of these things in front of him. None of it.
so
So I'm not gonna compare you to a first time head coach. I'm not gonna compare you to a guy that was on the back nine. I'm comparing you to Butch Davis, Jimmy, Dennis, and Howard.
I understand, right? I always look at Butch Davis, right? The progression he had. He had a gradual progression, right? This program has been in shambles, and shout out to South Coast Kane again. This program has been in shambles since 2004. This program needs to build in steps. We are
Why
not
was it?
building in steps, and we're building incorrectly, mind you, at that. We are in our third
Why?
year, and we still do not
Why?
have a true freshman that was a freshman that was recruited by Mario being a quarterback.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Cuban, me and you, we agree on that.
Hollywood.
But Hollywood, we agree on that. But at the end of the day, it's about winning the doggone game.
You're
Because
right.
because what? Because Larry Coker went out there and got a transfer. We won 11 games. Larry
You're
Coker
right.
went and got a transfer. It's just what it is. But like I said, you have none of those limitations. If those people wouldn't have said that, because again, like I said, I have to give it up to Coach Hayes because he brought this up. This was an oversight on my behalf because I'm still looking at it like we still under the guise of Al Golden when the cloud was there and there wasn't any investment in the program like Donna Shalala still the president, not Larry Frank. I'm looking at it from that. I was looking at it from that window. That window is gone now. We done moved to a whole nother building.
But you saw what happened
So,
to Coach Pompano yesterday. He got his ass beat up. You
well,
know,
hey, hey,
he got beat. He was crying. He was sweating. You know, crying all over TV. You know, sweating all over TV. You know what
hey,
I'm
hey,
saying?
hey,
Like
hey,
you,
hey,
I
hey,
mean, you know, he got
it's,
beat
it's,
up
it's,
yesterday. You know,
it's cool. It's cool, but Hollywood, are you telling me? And I know you, me and you, we feel the same way about Mario. But I'm not gonna let a coach dict. I'm not letting you dictate what's going on over here. Not you, Hollywood. I'm talking about Mario Cristobal, because at the end of the day, these same people that got the ear of the majority of the fan base, they said all we have to do is go out there and out talent our opponents.
facts.
So we got the talent to out talent them.
We've been,
We
but hold
got the
on, Seth.
money.
What we've
We
been
got the
out
money.
challenging our opponents since 2000 and
We talked
whatever.
about that. Hey, but Hollywood. Donna Shalala was there.
and
No investment in the program. No
and
indoor practice facility.
and you
This is
saw
what they said. This is what they said.
You made South Coast play that video when they were training outside,
I
and the
did.
year after they
I
won
did.
nine games. The year
I
after
did.
that they won 10 games.
I
without
did.
the indoor facility. You told South
I
Coast to
did.
put that video. So they didn't
I
have all
did.
that fancy stuff and they still won.
But you know what though, Hollywood,
That was
according
different though.
to uh,
Play the video. Yeah.
Oh, that was different.
that was different. You know why it was different? Cause Donna Shalala was there.
Not at that time. She
Donna
was
Shalala
gone.
was she was there when Al Golden was there.
But not at the end.
So right now, yeah. So right now it's 0-1 standard. Chris Kane, you got something else to say?
Hold on. Who's this Coach Hayes guy? No, make it Coach Pompano versus Hollywood Hogan. This is gonna be easy battle for me.
No.
Easy money. But hold on, Shaq. So I wrote this down. I want to have this conversation with you. Let's go position by position. I need you to tell me upgrade or downgrade. Okay.
What are we basing it on? The standard is 0-1,
Last year
so
versus this year. No,
I don't want to
last
talk
year
about
versus.
last year.
No, we
The
have to
standard is
talk about
0-1.
last year because
The
you're
standard is
saying
0-1.
no,
It's
because you're
0-1.
saying we're going to go from 7 wins to 11 wins. So I
I gotta
need you
go
to tell
0-1.
me, huh?
I gotta go 0-1.
Well,
Gotta go
it's
back to
all
0-1.
downgrade then.
No, it's not. Cam Ward better than Ken Dorsey.
No, okay. Running back.
I think the running back room is comparable.
What? No, it's only two answers.
No,
Upgrade,
no, 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 no,
downgrade.
no,
It's
no,
only
no, no, no.
it's not that many. Rizzy, yeah, I do see your comments, Rizzy. By the way, you got to tell me
Upgrade or downgrade.
upgrade or downgrade. Running backs. Are you serious? We have four NFL running backs. It's an easy downgrade. What are you talking about? What are you even thinking
Wait,
about?
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no, no,
Shad
no,
is real high, Rizzy. You right about
no,
that.
no,
Shad
no,
is
no, no,
extremely
no,
high.
no, no, no. Is he saying that Ken Dorsey is better than Cam Ward? I'm
No,
not
you
saying
thinking
that.
about the running backs, talking about we got to think about it.
No, 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 no. Because when you think about this, people gotta stop doing this. And I'm not trying to be insulted, but people gotta stop doing this. We gotta stop looking at it from a standpoint of like, okay, well, Clint Portis, yeah, Clint Portis was great, but that don't mean that Mark
Chris, you
Fletcher's
got to mute Chris.
that don't mean that Mark
Huh?
Fletcher can't be that good.
Hold on, Chris Kane, you got to mute because you hear that background.
Y'all still hear something?
Yeah,
I'm in the truck now. Hold on.
go ahead. I'm sorry, Shad. Go ahead.
No,
Shad.
I'm just saying, like we're talking about Clint Portis from a him being a junior, right? So,
Clint
but you
Portis,
know,
McGahee,
I'll
Gore.
go downgrade. I go downgrade because it's hard to look at it because we're gonna look at what they did in '01 and then obviously we go into the NFL and it's hard to project that. So I say downgrade.
Receivers,
Downgrade.
offensive line.
Upgrade.
What?
Yeah, I said it.
All right.
Oh,
Defensive line.
I said it.
Defensive line.
Upgrade.
What? All
I
right.
said it. I said it. You only gave me two answers.
Linebackers.
Downgrade.
Cornerbacks.
Downgrade.
DBs. Safeties.
Downgrade.
Special teams.
Downgrade.
So so pretty much majority of your positions were downgrade, and you want this current team, this 2004 Miami Hurricane team, to win 11 games. Come on, Shad.
We're talking about look. The '01 team won the national title. I didn't say this team had to win the national title. The objective of a standard is getting to the standard.
Uh,
mm.
all right. Now, do me a favor, right? Compare 2004 to 2003. Just follow me along here, okay, Shad? Quarterback, upgrade or downgrade?
Hey, Chris, hit the mute button for a second. Hit the mute button for a second. What you say?
All right, so let's just do me a favor. 2004 versus 2003. All right. Quarterback, upgrade or downgrade?
It's the same quarterback.
No,
Brock, Brock,
it's an upgrade or a downgrade.
Brock. Well, Brock played better, so it's
No, I'm
upgrade.
saying 2000. I'm sorry, 2024 versus 2023. TVD versus Cam. Upgrade or downgrade?
You can't, bro. You gotta give me no. You gotta give me upgrade, downgrade, or the same.
No. It's upgrade or downgrade. That's
No, you got
it's black or white. I'm not doing this halfway stuff. Black or white.
no. You gotta give me the middle.
No, I can't because you might say the middle throughout the whole team, so you got to make
I'm
a
not gonna say
decision.
no. I'm not gonna say the middle throughout the whole thing because I have because again I can't overlook that the man fumbled the
All right,
ball like that.
I'm gonna allow you
I can't
two.
overlook that.
I'm gonna allow you two middles. Okay.
I might not even need to, but I got
Uh,
you.
okay. So quarterback, you said middle, right?
The same. Yeah.
Running backs,
Upgrade.
receivers.
Upgrade, of course.
Wow. Offensive line,
Downgrade.
defensive line,
Upgrade.
tight ends. I forgot tight ends.
Upgrade.
Cornerbacks,
Upgrade.
linebackers,
Upgrade.
safeties,
Downgrade.
special teams.
Upgrade.
All right, that's all I wanted to hear. So we're
See, I
pretty.
told you.
So we're a better team than last year. That's according to. I hope this is recorded right now. We're at the
It's
1 minute,
recorded.
1 hour and 26 minute moment. I don't.
It's recorded.
Yes, it's recorded. All right, just wanted to make sure. So you're
Do y'all
saying
still?
this next year's team is going to be better than last year's team. Got it.
Yes, because we're in the 0-1 standard now. So yes, they're better. Chris Cow, you got something to add to that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I just first off, I just want to make sure y'all don't hear no more background or nothing in my phone or nothing, do you?
We still
And
here.
we can hear a little bit, but when you talking, it's not so bad.
Okay. I was just saying that basically, I just want to see growth. I want to see more production. I want to see, like, I don't want to see us make bonehead plays. Like prime example, when Jacoby George made that bonehead play against Louisville and caused us that penalty. Normally, we wouldn't hear nobody say anything. Normally, we wouldn't see nobody say anything to him or nothing like that. KB was over there, was like, "What was that? What was that?" He was telling him, he was like, the dude was holding me and this, that, and that. Because I was reading his lips. But okay, but you cannot do that. You see what I'm saying? That's an
The
upgrade.
game, the game shouldn't have been
You
that
see what I'm saying?
close.
It shouldn't
Game
have
shouldn't
been.
have been
It
that
shouldn't have
close.
been that close in the first damn place, but it was. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We should have took a knee during Georgia Tech. We didn't, but us and we shouldn't have because we had the game, but we gave it away. See, these are the type of things that I'm talking about. These are the type of things that I'm talking about. That Florida State game, it was a complete difference from whenever we went against them the year before. Us losing 45-3, and then we lose by a touchdown because they were scared. They were scared. And to
Who?
be honest, Florida State, they were
Washington?
scared.
Oh, Florida State was good. Okay, got you.
Yeah. Florida State was horrified because on T2Y show they came in there. Oh yeah, we gonna win by 40. We gonna do this, that, and the third. Da 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 da. Man, please. They came in there. They was like, hey, I gotta give it to y'all, man. We was nervous about that, but I mean, we won, but it was by 7 points. Okay, cool. Even though we got cheated out of our points, but that's regardless of the fact, it is what it is. We
yeah,
still should have won the game. You
yeah.
don't leave it up to the refs to make that for them to win you the game. You never leave it up to the refs. That's the number one rule about it. You never leave it up to the damn refs. Okay? Now, do I feel that we will be better than what we were last year? Absolutely. I feel every year that we are going to be better, but that standard has to be there and it has to be branded. Prime example, the gentleman who came in after Cam Kitchens, I cannot remember his name.
Bert
Uh,
Harris, Shane Harris.
yes, he said that whenever he came in, he said Cam Kitchens was the main reason why he came to UM. He said they came in, they had a meeting or whatever the case is. He said he wanted to come in and he wanted to beat traffic and everything else, try to beat everybody there. He said by the time he got there, everybody was there 15 minutes early. When Cam told him, all right, we getting ready to go up here, we're going to have this meeting, everybody was quiet. You could hear a rat piss on cotton. Everybody was quiet because they listened to what he had to say. He was a leader. We need leaders. We need someone to step up to become leaders for this team. That was a prime example. And then somebody else said that on this podcast. He said, I was with Manny Diaz for a little while, but that leadership, it wasn't that way
Stop, stop,
when
stop,
I was
stop,
there.
stop, 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 stop. I got it. I'm sorry. So you have you have this hardcore leader, and you went 7-5. Come on now. Let's stop the BS. When Manny was here, he went 8-3, right? And they won 6 out of the 7 last games of the season. Like, we need to stop all this BS stuff that we hear. You know what I'm saying? Let your eyes make the adjustments and the actual appearance. You have, people saying, "Oh, Cam Williams is a great leader," and we went 7-6 or 7-5, whatever our record was. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Everybody was saying that this was what Manny did was horrible, but all these true freshmen that he didn't want to play pretty much damn near saved his job, winning 6 out of 7 games. You know what I'm
But
saying?
my
Blew out
here's my
Duke, blew out a
okay.
lot of teams, and the next year we get blown out by that same team. So we need to
But my
stop all that
but
stuff.
my question is though, my question is, why should it have to come down to these freshmen? Why should it have to come down to everybody else to try to save your job? Why can't you put the standard there?
The
Why can't
standard is
you're the head coach? You're the
the
head
standard.
coach.
The standard's gonna be there now
You see what I'm saying? But
because
why does it have to be? But here's the thing: why does it have to be now? Why
we got
wasn't it there before?
Chris. We just told you. The people that got the ears of the majority of the fan base, they said these were the reasons that Miami could not reach its full potential. Those
Right,
barriers are no longer there.
right.
And again, I have to thank Hollywood, J Love
Hmm.
T, Coach Hayes
Coach
Hmm.
Popovich.
I'm not calling my guy that. I'm not calling my guy that. For opening my eyes to say that wait a minute, this ain't the same handicap Miami program that was under Donna Shalala.
It's not, and she was the main problem because the stuff that Miami had was built on the backs of those people that you don't want to invest in.
Exactly. So the investment is
That's the
there now.
problem.
We got
But
Ebron in
she's
the
over
building.
and done with, and I'm glad that she's gone. I'm glad we have Radakovich that's over there because he turned Clemson around. And I'm glad that for the time that he was there, Alonzo Highsmith was there. He has a great eye for talent. Has always had a great eye for talent. He has the standard, and now we have Mario. Everybody has to be in line. But first off, I need to thank Kirk Herbstreit because he's the one that called them out on their BS, and it never would have happened if we would have won those games, and we still probably would have had Manny Diaz. Even though
You got
those games,
you got to be careful with that. It's the same thing that Kirby did. Fooling everybody. Kirby was like, "You got to recruit in order to win." You think Kirby's really going to tell you how to win, how to have a winning program? Florida was winning games where they were, beat damn near almost beat Bama, and then Kirby said that stuff, and Florida went and hired, Billy, right? You got to be careful what the media
G5.
tells you. Every time what the media tells you all the time is not the true fact. So you got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. Now look at Florida. Florida's a hot mess because they let Mullen go.
I don't care because Florida can beat. Ebron, you got anything to add to the conversation?
I ain't worried about Florida ass. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about
Ebron, you got anything? Ebron, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to say that. I mean, I think that we had so much skepticism about this year's teams because a lot of the positions that Hollywood went over about the upgrade downgrade, a lot of those positions, I don't know if we are. I don't know if we are sure how they're going to perform because I don't think we've seen some of those kids perform in a highly competitive state. For instance, the kid that replaced Matt Lee, the center.
Good one.
I don't I don't I've never seen him play. I got to be honest. I've never seen him play. I never heard of him until he came over to the University of Miami. So I don't know how he's going to perform when he plays in this what I consider a more competitive state. And
Ebron, just let
so,
me interrupt for 1 second. So the
yeah.
reason why is because Shad changed the standard, right? So Shad's standard is that center needs to be Matt Bibler, right? Or no, I'm sorry, Romberg, pretty much.
Mhm.
So he's
He does.
he's holding that center to be Romberg, pretty much. So
I
sorry to
am.
interrupt, Ebron. I just want to
I
give you
am.
the background.
I am. As I
Yeah,
should.
yeah, in our defensive backs, for instance, I don't know if we've seen those guys perform at the same rate or just in the same capacity as Cam and um, the other kid that played the last year. I
James
don't I don't know.
Williams.
James Williams. I don't know how they're going to perform um, when they actually get on the field and they have to play in competitively against another team. So I think that's why we are skeptical about. Well, I'm going to say for myself. I'm going to speak for myself.
Yeah, speak for
Uh,
yourself, Ebron, because we ain't
yeah, that's
skeptical
why
over
I'm a.
here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
11
why I'm a
wins.
little. That's why I'm a little skeptical about it. And I would love to see the team win 11 games. I would love to see the team compete for the national championship.
No, Ebron, you saying the
You
wrong
know.
word. We are going to win 11. We are going to compete for a national title.
Oh, okay. All right. I would listen. I'm with you, Chad. I'm with you. I've been with you for the last 5, 6 years. I've been with you. I wanted to see the team perform. I want to see the team win. Um, but again, I the upgrades, the downgrades. I couldn't give. I personally for myself, I couldn't give a definitive answer on it because I haven't seen these kids perform. So until I
Ebron,
see it, and I can
we,
see it.
we not we. You know what, Ebron, I had that same mindset just 1 week ago when I talked about the linebackers hadn't played and we need to see how they gonna perform and all this stuff like this. And then my guy, who's going by Hollywood Hogan tonight, I guess he'll be back to Cuban Kane the next time we convene with each other. He said this is talent. All this is talent that's coming in this building. Mario Cristobal is changing the way that the team looks. These guys are 4 and 5 star. They top 300, top 100 players. So I'm supposed to expect for them to come in and pick up right where the guys in front of them left off at. And as a matter of fact, based on them being more talented, I'm supposed to expect that they're going to perform better. So, Brown, I'm not even concerned about that because I know that the evaluations are on point, that we shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I and, and I agree with you, and I wholeheartedly agree with Coach Hayes's point of view about the winning of the 10 games, and especially
11.
in
I
the
made
third
11.
year,
I
11
made
games,
11. I made
especially in
11.
the third year, because I think the precedence has already been set by other coaches in other teams that after
Well,
the third year, you should see some significant improvement with
well,
the
Ebron, I'm gonna
both teams.
Shad. Let me get Ebron quick. Pause. Ebron, yeah, sorry, Ebron. The question. This is my question. You just cannot say 10 games without giving me what 10 games you see us winning, right? So I need for you to tell me what 10 games you see us winning, or the other way around. What 2 games we are going to lose?
Oh man, that's a great question, there, Hollywood. Um, I think. Oh man, the two games that we had the potential to lose, I'm going to say Florida State, and the other game will be um, Louisville. Those are the two games. If we're playing Louisville again this year,
We are.
At
those are the
Louisville.
two games.
Don't matter where it's at. You playing them jokers at Trash Pile. They getting beat.
I'm again. I wholeheartedly agree with your way of thinking. I want to see the team win. I want to see those 11 wins. I want to see it, and I'm going to expect to see it this year
Yes.
because this is a year 3. And regardless of whether or not I've seen these guys perform before, those guys who have come in and taken over the positions that was vacated by our previous players, regardless of whether or not I've seen them play or not, I expect them to come in. I expect this team to win 11 games and be in the hunt for the national championship.
They
Uh,
said we
you
was a
know,
quarterback away. That's what they said after the season. We were a quarterback away. So I'm holding them to it.
yeah, because last year I said that Florida State was going to win the national championship. They came
Ebron,
close.
you said
Now
it, Ebron. But you ain't got to
this
bring it
year I'm
back
going
up
to
again,
say
Ebron. You ain't got to bring it back up.
this year, this year I'm going to say that I expect the University of Miami to compete for the national championship this year.
And that's what
I'm
and
going to say that.
that's what it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Hollywood Hogan, you got anything to say?
No, I'm letting Ebron cook.
Okay. Chris K, you got anything to say?
I'm just listening to him. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm back at the house. I'm listening to him.
Okay.
Yeah,
And for
I'm
what
gonna
he's
let Ebron
saying,
cook for a sec. Yeah.
I feel you.
Okay.
I feel you.
Okay.
So
Now,
All
so
right.
now the one position that I think will be a pivotal point for us is going to be on on the defensive side of the field, and I'm concerned about our tackles and our linebackers, and um, those are the two positions on the defense that I think will have to come around in order for us to be legitimately in the hunt for the national championship.
what are the
So
positions again, Ebron? You said what?
uh, defensive tackle and all three of the line. Well, you know what? With the kid from uh, the kid that came over from Washington State, I'm confident. I'm pretty good. I'm good with him. I'm good with him because he's going to bring it.
Have you seen him play?
So I
No,
played last year.
Marigo. What's his
Oh,
Marigoa?
Marigold. Okay, Marigold. I thought
Mary
you were talking about somebody else.
Yeah,
Okay, got it. Mary Noah.
I'm comfortable with
Mary
him.
Noah.
But
Yeah, time for him to
I
take
don't I
another
don't know I
step.
don't know
I'm
I don't know about
expecting
the other kids.
I'm expecting Jonathan Vilma. I'm expecting John Beeson type of production out of him next year.
Man, we lost a good one. It's Shad 1419. Shad used to be, very critical. He used to think things out. Now he's one of the fanboys. He's one of the pumpers. Now we're gonna win. We're gonna go undefeated. No, Shad has lost all his reasonable objectivity.
I'm not supposed to have it because Cuban Hollywood. I had it because people told me, well, we were being held back by these barriers, and those barriers are not there anymore.
So the Barriers are
So,
gone. No more Manny players, even though we got two of them on the roster.
hey, you know what? If you can't get the job done, bye. Can't get the job done. I'm used to University of Miami coaches being so good they leave and go to the NFL. That's what I'm. We supposed to get back to that. You supposed to go to the NFL after you finish here.
The coaches? You say the coaches or the players?
No, the
Coaches.
coaches. I'm used to the coaches being so good that they leave and they go to the NFL. That's what I'm looking at.
Uh, yeah, we haven't had that since Butch Davis. I mean,
And
he was
that's
the
what
last one to do that.
and that's what I'm saying. The standard is back on.
But you're
I
right. The
I
previous
don't
guys.
I don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
hear
Go
no
ahead.
more. No, Brian, you got it. I'm just saying.
But the
Hollywood.
previous guys before that was, they all went to the NFL. You're right. They all went to the NFL. Um, from 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 Jimmy Johnson right on down to Butch Davis. Those guys all had a stint in the NFL, and we haven't seen it since Butch Davis. And that's because we had I don't I don't know. The coaches we've had since Butch Davis, we've had Coker,
We ain't gotta go
Shannon.
to we ain't gotta go down to Lissy Brown because
I mean,
all those coaches had one thing in common. They were underneath an administration that did not care about investing in the program. And the successful coaches that we had here, they had ADs that were front and center that was gonna make sure that they were given every opportunity possible to be successful.
that's true.
So let me
That's
ask you this
true.
question, Shan. So did Rick hold up to the standard?
No, because we didn't compete for we didn't compete for a national title.
Well, yes, we did.
We
Year
lo- we
two,
lost we lost the pick. We
yeah,
didn't even
yeah,
win ACC. We didn't even win ACC.
but we competed though. We competed.
That's no. Competing means that you actually are in the playoffs.
So
We
okay, so
went
let
in
me
the
ask this question.
playoffs.
So if Mario has a Mark Rick year two type of season, that's not good for you.
No, it's not because Mark Rick had barriers. Mark Rick had barriers.
So you don't want to take that year two from Mark Rick.
No, I'm not taking it. Why? Why am I taking it from a man that don't have barriers?
Well, I got to say this, Shad.
Why? Why?
Remember,
No, Ibrahim, hold on for a second. I'm actually
okay,
Hollywood. Hollywood. Why should I take Mark Rick year two when I know Mark Rick had barriers in front of him?
What was the
Mark Rick
barrier?
had
No practice
no NI,
facilities.
no NIL.
Okay.
Bag men. Listen again. Hollywood. I'm telling you what those people that have the ears of the fan base said. We lost out on key recruits because of bag men.
Well, we had the number five recruiting class.
Who had the number five recruit? I'm talking about Mark Richt. I ain't
Yeah,
talking
Mark
about
Rick. Remember when he had the Jaron Williams?
no.
Uh,
They ended at number eight. They ended at number eight. They were number eight.
hmm?
They
Oh,
was
that's
number eight.
fine. Number eight, whatever. But they had the top recruiting class.
No, but we were supposed to get Sertan. We were supposed to get Campbell. We were supposed to have a defensive backfield of C.J. Henderson, Patrick Sertan,
Man,
and
you're right.
uh and
Damn, Shaq.
Campbell.
I'm sorry, man. Don't do that. All right,
That's
move
the
along, man. You make me
those are
mad
the
here. You make
that's
me
the
mad here, bro.
defensive back. You know why we didn't have that defensive backfield? Because the other schools they could pay. Johnny Manziel just came out and said what he said. So since Johnny went on and said it, Mark Rick had barriers.
But we don't
What
have that
did
type of DB class going on right now. So I mean, what's the difference?
oh they said they're gonna put the emphasis on it this year.
but Shad, um, Jimmy Johnson, Dennis Erickson, and Butch Davis, they all had barriers
What barriers
when
were
they
there?
built the programs.
What barriers?
The president of the school, Tad Foot did not support Jimmy
They were,
Johnson when Jimmy Johnson was there
but the AD did.
building the
They,
team.
the AD did though. Paul D supported them though.
Coach Pompano out here, cheering like he's in the stands. Coach Pompano, jump in the game, Coach Pompano. Talking
So
about taking. I'm not taking body blows, Coach Pompano.
No,
Get
no,
in the
no,
game
we,
here,
no,
Coach.
no, no. We're not even. It's not even fisticuffs. We just bringing it up. I'm just saying.
but
I have to. Hold on, you bro. Hold on. Hollywood. This is what we do. We take the things that these individuals have said and we put it right back in their face. That's what we do. That's what you and me do. That's what my brother Chris Kane is doing. That's what my guy South Coast doing. My dog QB in the chat. That's what we do. These people have run rampant within this fan base saying these things for 20 years, and now you can't say it anymore. What do I look like staying on the same side of the street as y'all, and we ain't never been on the same side of the street before? I ain't never been on the same side of the street with y'all because I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. So I'm not gonna buy it now. I'm gonna go right over here to what y'all said. You said I can pass go. I can collect my $200 now. So yeah, I'm about to go pass go, and I'm about to say, you know what? Let's go. Why not go back to '01? Why not go back to '85, '92, '91? Why can't I go back there? Because according to these people, all of these barriers are gone now. So why in the world would I settle for a man doing the same thing as another man who had barriers? I'm not doing that.
there was a lot of work put in to get the 2001 team. because
E
Butch
Brown,
Davis.
E Brown, but guess what? E Brown, guess what about this work though, E Brown? Let me tell you about this work. They had to do that work. It's just like, and I'm not making jokes or anything because you're older than me and Cuban. But you know, like people used to do brick masonry and stuff, and guys have to dig holes with shovels. Now we got tractors. You know, the whole Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome will be built in a day now with this modern technology. So we don't got to do all that manpower, all that sweat labor, all that. No, put this Chat GPT, put this thing on automation. Let's go.
No, you don't have to do it from that standpoint, but you got to remember now, Butch Davis had investigations. He had limited scholarships. He had
Yeah.
teams that he essentially didn't have enough
But
players on the team for
E
backup.
Brown,
But it
E,
was it was all the same work, you know.
E Brown, which one of those things is plaguing Mario Cristobal today?
None.
None of
None
those
at all.
none of those things are plaguing him.
Uh,
None of those
okay
things are
then.
plaguing him. But what
Okay
I'm
then.
what I'm what I was trying to the point I was trying to make is it's going to take work. It's going to take work and time.
What type of time, E Brown?
Hold on.
What
Time,
type
time.
of
How
time, E
much
Because
Brown?
time?
Butch Davis,
How much
No,
time,
no,
E
no, no,
Brown?
no, no, no. Hold up, E Brown. No, no, no,
well,
no. This
well, you
man again. These people that have run rampant in the fan base, they told me Mario Cristobal won the Pac-12 in year two. So why can't I expect Mario Cristobal to win the ACC in year three with Miami?
Good point.
Miami is not 2 years removed from a 4-win season. That's what
is
I
it
was
is
told.
it is it is it is it is it the league? I mean, is it a lot simpler to win in year two in the Pac-10,
E
or is it a
Brown,
lot simpler to do it in
E
ACC?
Brown, E Brown. This is what it is right here, E Brown. This is what it is. If I have more talent than you, because they told me the trenches is what matters. Mario Cristobal has rebuilt the trenches. So
Hmm.
since you have rebuilt the trenches to such a
Chris
level,
Kane, you gotta go mute, Chris Kane.
I'm supposed to automatically say that you're supposed to go ahead and get this done this year. You got
Yeah,
900.
I agree with you.
You
I
got a
agree.
quarterback. Think,
I
think
agree with
about
that.
this. Ebron, think about this. Think about this. Butch Davis, Jimmy Johnson, Larry Coker. Let's go back to Larry Coker for a second. Let's go back to Larry Coker. If Larry Coker had the NIL available right now, do you think Larry Coker, if he would have saw Cal Wright wasn't the guy, don't you think Larry Coker wouldn't it have been nice if Larry Coker could have went out there in the transfer portal and said, "Look, I got $974,000 for a quarterback."
Of course.
Think about that for a second. Let's think about that. Mario Cristobal has every advantage that no other Miami Hurricane coach has ever had. So you should be doing it at a faster pace, not because fans are unrealistic. It's because you don't have any of the constraints, any of the barriers that those other guys had to break through.
Convincing argument. That's a convincing argument. I mean, I
No,
agree with you.
Ibrahim, I'm not trying to make a convincing argument. Ibrahim, I'm just telling you what these people have said. I'm repeating what they said, and now they want to go back. They wanna recant statements. They wanna say, oh well this and this and oh well 20 years. So you gotta like my dog QB said, we gotta it take it's been 20 years of all this. I don't want to hear about 20 years. Because you told me the things that were holding us back for 20 years, those things are not there anymore. But brother Chris Kane, you got something to say, brother?
You nailed it, brother. You nailed it. You have the best advantage right now to do what you need to do. Okay. That's why I said I want to see results, and I need to see effective results. Okay. I don't know how much that quarterback got. Cam Ward.
Said
I don't know.
974. That's what they said 974.
Okay. I don't know what he got. But my whole thing is this: we need to see more. We need to see some results from this investment, because that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it an investment. and we need to see some return on this investment. If we was a quarterback away or whatever the case is, but damn it, we got the quarterback.
That's what they said.
I don't want to
They,
hear no more excuses.
that's what they said.
I'm done with excuses. I've been hearing excuses. They've been talking about for 20 years. No, I've been hearing excuses technically for about maybe close to. You know what I'm saying? We haven't been relevant since 20 years ago, which is false. Um, Basically because don't nobody know about sanctions and don't nobody know about the death penalty, but that's a whole nother issue for a whole nother show. The
We'll
fact of
have
the matter is today for 2024, that time is over. Mario has the cream of the crop. I don't want to hear no more excuses talking about,
Nope.
oh, well, it takes this long to build a program. He can't do it in 2 years. Okay.
Yes, he can.
Well, it takes at least 3 years. Okay. Well, this
No.
is year three.
but I'm telling but I'm telling you right now,
Let's talk to him. Let's talk Hollywood.
the end of season 2024, people are gonna say it was a rebuilding year
I'm
And you know
sorry.
what?
because
How many times you gonna rebuild the damn building?
I'm
I'm
just telling you what they're saying because they're
you
I
gonna say
know.
right.
it's the first year that Mario's recruits are actually playing. I am telling
Hollywood.
you what's going to happen.
Hollywood, you right. You right. Hollywood, you're 1,000% right. But you know
He's
what I'm gonna
right.
turn. But you know what I'm gonna turn around and say to those same people? If that was the case, why did you leave that off? Why
Hmm.
wasn't that the first thing you said year one? Why do we come off of going 7-5, finishing strong? And the first thing that y'all said, the first thing y'all should have said was, well, Mario need to get his guys in here before we can talk about some realistic change. That's not what y'all said. Y'all talked about all these analysts. Y'all talked about all this other stuff about we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So no, when you, hey, listen, y'all done made 20 years worth of excuses, and those excuses are no longer there to be made. I'm not about to sit here and watch y'all make any more of them. I'm not.
Make your stand. Make your stand there, Shad. I mean, it's good argument, good point.
QB
Point
10,
well taken.
QB 10.
And
What's going on?
What's going on?
You got any thoughts?
Um, I get what Cuban is saying,
He
but we're not
Hollywood tonight. He
Hollywood,
Hollywood
Hollywood.
tonight.
Hollywood, sir.
Sorry,
He
Hollywood,
Hollywood. He
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Hollywood,
He
because after
Hollywood.
that beatdown I gave Coach Pompano yesterday, me, Muhammad, and JT, I'm Hollywood Cuban now.
All right, Hollywood. I get what you're saying. You're looking at it from a realistic standpoint, because I can look at it and say, hey, Miami might win 8-9 wins next year, but we're not paying Mario for 8 to 9 wins. We're paying Mario for 10. When you
You
look
pay the
at all
man
the
for it.
conferences,
Hold on, let me hit you. So why wasn't this held year one then? Why now I'm going back to Shad. Why we have to wait till year three to hold this standard of 10-11 wins?
oh,
Why did this happen year one?
I'm telling you right now, that standard was there with me first year, because the way Manny was fired, you fired Manny without a coaching search. You fired Manny because you had the guy that
Right.
you knew early in September of 2021. So if you know he was the guy, then you should have those expectations next year. There was no coaching search. There was no, let's figure this out. You knew who the guy was to set us up for next year. For me, it was 10 wins the first year, it was 10 wins the second year, and it's 10 wins third year. I get injuries happen, but at the end of the day, it is up to him. He's the one evaluating. I don't want to hear, well, we're weak at this position or weak at that position. That's his job to fix. Because here's the thing. Let's go back to 2021 since we're going to bring up Manny. Remember when Manny started out 2-4? What did the AD say about Manny? He said, Manny needs to win games. That's what Blake James said. Now, no one cared about Manny losing his quarterback. No one cared about Manny losing his running backs. No one cared about Manny losing his offensive line.
I know
They
I
said,
didn't.
your job is to win games. And he won 5 out of the last 6, and they said that wasn't good enough. But for some odd reason this year, well, we got to wait on Mario. So why are we bringing up Mario's flaws and having empathy, but with Manny's flaws, we condemn him?
But QB, this is the thing though. This is another thing. They quick to bring up that he won the Pac-12. Okay, he won the Pac-12. So since he won the Pac-12, he's not even he's not even meeting his own standard. I said this a while ago. I said we don't have to compare him to Lincoln Riley. We don't have to compare him to Brian Kelly. None of that. Let's compare Oregon Mario Cristobal to Miami Mario Cristobal. Let's not even leave the man. Let's just say let's compare you to you.
Mhm.
You're not even meeting your own standard. Mark Richt, Mark Richt met his standard from Georgia. Obviously his health gave out on him, but he met his standard.
Yep.
To be honest, Al Golden met his standard because all his he coached at Temple, so he met and exceeded his standard somewhat. Randy and Manny, they first year head coaches, so that don't even count. Larry Coker, first year head coach. Butch Davis, first year head coach. Dennis came here. He beat the expectation that he had at his last job. Same thing with Jimmy Johnson. So we, I don't know. I don't again. Like I said, I got to give up to Coach Hayes and Hollywood and J Love T because I sat here and I really was so objective. People call me a contrarian. I'm not gonna do that anymore because my channel and the people that come into this channel, we don't agree on every single thing. But one thing that we are going to do is we're going to make the people that said these same things for 20 years, we're gonna make y'all hold up to the things that y'all said. And if y'all said this is what was holding us back, why y'all making more excuses? And you're right, QB. I didn't care. Listen, you know why I didn't care about Derrick King getting hurt? Because I watched TVD come in there and play at the same level. I didn't care about Cam getting hurt or Don Chaney getting hurt. Why? Because Rooster came in and played. I didn't care about the offensive line going down. Why? Because Rhett Lashley worked around it. I didn't care about Bubba Bolden going down. I didn't care about Gervin Hallby and made fun of on Sports Center. Why? Because James Williams and Cam Kitchens came in and made big time plays. I didn't care. But like you said, now Mario guys get hurt. All of a sudden, oh well, this, and this. Like again, I don't want to hear nothing about again. Like I said, and I started the show off with this. TVD, all right, TVD threw 13 interceptions. Ja'Cory Harris threw 17 interceptions one year. He threw 15 interceptions another year. We won 9 games. Brock Berlin threw 17 interceptions one year. We won 11 games. Malik Rozier threw 10 plus interceptions. We won 10 games. So I don't want to hear about that. That's not an excuse that you can use for you because we've seen coaches that, according to the fan base, are inferior to you. They won 10 games. They won 9 games. So I don't want to hear nothing about him throwing no doggone interceptions because at the end of the day, we saw teams that were slightly more talented playing against teams that were probably the same talent level that they were back then, and we won the game. So I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Are you holding who are you holding accountable the most? Are you holding the fans, the players, or the coaches accountable the most? Who are
Hey
you holding
Brian,
accountable?
I gotta hold a man that's getting paid $8 million a year. I gotta hold you more. I gotta hold you accountable
Facts.
because again, because again, E. Brian, this is why I'm doing this because these individuals came in. He learned from Saban. He coached under Butch. He knows Jimmy. He watched um my man Bill Rutgers. I heard all of that. Okay. And that's the same thing I said about Manny Diaz. I said, look, Manny, you learned under um
Mac Brown.
Mac Brown, you learned under Mark Richt, and you learned under Dan Mullen. No, this ain't acceptable. Because I watched them navigate injuries. So no, this not acceptable.
Come on, boy.
But
Come on.
and the thing is that the reason I asked that question is because I think we all could take blame for the the depleted play of the team
E. Brown, I'm
because
not taking no responsibility for that.
I'm
no
not
no
getting
no
paid by Miami.
Brian,
No, no, no,
I didn't,
no.
I didn't
What I'm
make
saying is,
excuses.
what I'm saying for the fans is from a support standpoint because when the team was performing, when the team was expected to perform at a high level, and then they performed at a level less than stellar, the fans would hold, the fans would go after the players instead of the ones who were in charge and had the ability to make a difference because they were being paid to do so. As
Mhm.
fans, we were going after the players. We were calling the players lacking
Chris
the
Kane, you got
talent.
to
We
mute
were
Chris
telling the
Kane.
players.
Mhm.
We were saying that the players lack the talent. The players they lack the effort. The players were not doing certain things. They were out of position. They're not fast enough. They're not big enough. We were not. We didn't hold that standard. We didn't hold the coaches to the standard of what you're talking about now, what Coach Hayes is talking about now, what Chris Kane is talking about now. Taking that challenge and throwing it at the coaches now and holding responsible for it.
Chris Kane, you got to mute, cuz. Oh. Ebron is giving us beta vibes right now, shaking my head. That's from Coach Pompano. That ain't me, Ebron. That's what Coach Pompano said. He giving us beta vibes.
Chris Cash, you got something to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you nailed it on the head. You nailed it on the head. Got to be held accountable for the stuff that you do. And now you're in the you coach down here in Miami. You're in the bed of talent. Not saying that there's no talent nowhere else, but you're in the mega bed of talent where you can build this wall because you was talking about building walls figuratively and keeping players home. Okay, okay, I feel that because now you don't have the savings to worry about because he's gone. But even when he was here, he wasn't getting what he usually would if Manny was here. Because once Manny sees that this kid is having an offer from Alabama, Georgia, Texas, he wouldn't even go to him. Mario don't give a
Don't,
damn.
hold on, don't
He
do
don't
that.
care.
Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm gonna
This
hit
is
you over the
but
head. I'm
this
gonna hit
this
you
is
over the.
but this is what I'm
Wait.
hearing. This is what I'm hearing. This
Oh
is what
yeah,
I'm hearing.
yeah,
That's what
because
we
I
This is
heard.
what I'm hearing. This ain't coming from me. This
no, no,
ain't
That's what
no,
we
coming from
heard.
me.
no. I
That's
hear
what
you,
I
Chris
heard.
K, because I
This
was gonna hit you over the head with
no 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 no
Mario has
no.
missed. I know, no. Just give me 1 second. I was gonna hit you with Mario has missed on the top recruit from Florida every single year. Manny has landed a top recruit from Florida every single year. So,
He missed
when
on
they say
Shamar
that, they don't want
Stewart.
to talk about that. It's like
We
Mario has missed on the top Florida recruit
listen.
every year.
Listen, we don't have to bring listen. We don't have to bring Manny back up into this, right? Because we don't we
We passed
Manny
that.
a first time here because
We're, we're
we don't
past
have
it.
to.
We passed
We
All
don't
that.
I
have to.
know is okay.
We don't have
This
to.
and this is my last. This is my last time saying this. Okay, it's my last time saying about anything about Manny. When we go against Duke, we better not lose to him. I know that much.
Don't even cross my mind no more. Don't even cross my mind no more. That's not even a thought. QB,
We better
you
not
got
lose to him.
QB? You
That's all
got
I got.
anything else?
10 wins.
10
Damn.
wins.
QB, I asked you, where are the losses? What are the two losses, or where do you see the 10 wins at? You just can't say 10 wins. Out of the thin air. You got to give me the 10 wins.
Okay, I'm going to answer your question with a question. What is unacceptable by Mario for this year?
For me, unacceptable is winning 8 games. We have to
Hey,
win 9 or more.
no, we got to win 10 or more. Got to win 10 or more.
So,
Man,
It's a 12-team playoff. We need to be one of them 12 teams, and
Playoff
that's all
time.
I'm gonna say.
Playoff time.
Top 12 team in the nation.
Yep.
We
Yep.
so,
gotta be one of
so,
them 12 teams. Period.
so one more win is acceptable when you have $1 million quarterback.
2 more wins. I said 2 more wins. We
Holly,
won 7 games last year.
No,
Two
Holly,
more
Holly,
Okay,
wins.
9. Okay.
no.
in my
Hollywood still gonna toe the line.
in my coach Hayes voice, damn it, we better compete for the national championship. Damn a 10 and 11 wins. We need to be
Damn.
competing for the national championship. I mean, that's my Coach Hayes voice. Okay,
Damn,
damn
Coach
it, we
Hayes,
need to be competing for the national championship.
Coach Hayes got Shad now. He got Ebron. He got QB. He got everybody on his side now.
No,
Hollywood.
If them, let me
Y'all
tell you
getting a
something.
paycheck from Coach Hayes or something, man. Coach Hayes paying y'all.
Hollywood.
I'm gonna
Hold
tell
on,
you like
Chris K.
this.
Hold on for 1 second, Chris K.
But
Hold on for cause Hollywood. I know what he's trying to do. I know what he's trying to do. Hollywood. What do we do on this show?
We
Who do
speak the
we
truth.
who do we poke fun at the most?
The media.
So how can I continue to poke fun at the media when the media can't peddle these narratives anymore? Because according to the media, this what was holding the program back. So since that stuff is not there anymore, I can't sit up here and continue to say, oh well, man, I think Cal might give us some trouble or this. I can't do it no more. Cause then Hollywood, then we'll be on their side, and I don't never want to be on their side. Cause they fans of the coaches and stuff like that. I'm a fan of a team. I'm Miami Hurricane. So that's what we poke fun at.
You got a point.
So so
Okay,
what you gonna so what you oh I thought
I got a
Chris
question.
Kane wanted to say something, but
So
you got a
Hollywood,
QB.
how who are the better teams in the ACC than Miami right now?
Louisville,
Nobody.
Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina,
Based on what?
Georgia Tech. Based off they,
Georgia Tech.
yeah,
Based on
Georgia.
what?
You better believe Georgia Tech. Yeah, Georgia Tech. They've been beating us for the past couple years,
What are you
Should they
basing
be
this on?
beating us?
What are you
huh?
basing this on? What are you basing this on?
Basing off
TV.
the past couple years.
Can't base it on the past. Can't live in. Like Get Down Brown said. Hey, we don't look in the rearview mirror. We only looking ahead.
But
Because
you
guess
look,
what?
but hold
But
on, but
guess what,
you're looking,
Hollywood?
but hold on,
But Hollywood.
but hold on, Shad. But you comparing this team to the 2001 team. So why you are allowed to look in the past and I'm not allowed to look in 1 year
I'm not
ago?
looking in the past. I'm looking at the standard. The
But
standard
that's the
doesn't
past
have a
though.
year. The
But that's the
standard doesn't
past
have
though.
it don't have an expiration date. It don't have an expiration date. It's always in the, it's the standard is always out front. You always chasing the standard. You're not
It's
chasing
just
backward.
so when you
It's the
walk into
standard.
the Heck Center, into the athletic center, is the standard clattered all over the wall that hey,
It should be. It should be. They should have in the Hex Center, they should have a whole poster up there of the '01, '02 Miami Hurricane. They should have that right there with a picture of Bush Davis and that entire staff. They need to have that right there in the Hex. And every day they walk in there, Mario Cristobal supposed to point in there and say, did y'all perform better than them today? Did y'all cause I was there. I was
no,
there.
I don't know if he was not there. He was at
He was a
Rutgers.
GA. He was a GA.
He was at Rutgers,
He was a GA. No, no, no. Remember, Shiano was the defensive coordinator for the 2000 team, right?
and when he left, yeah, and then when he left, he took Mario with him.
But what I'm saying, you were there watching the
Oh,
99
I
team and
see
the
what you're talking about.
2000
Yeah,
team. You were there watching them perform.
yeah.
You supposed to go in and say, nah, y'all ain't performing like them today. Y'all didn't do it today. But what you gonna say, QB? I don't want.
Um, who has higher expectation? The coach that gets paid $3 million or the coach that gets paid 8?
According to our fan base, a $3 million coach.
Of course, exactly, and that's why we can't. That's why we can't listen to these people, man. We can't listen
according
to
to
these people. We
according
can't
to our
listen to these
fan
people.
base, a three million
Ho,
dollar coach.
ho, ho,
I
ho,
was
ho,
told I was told Al Golden was supposed to compete for national titles. I was told that.
hold on one second. I got a question.
Al Golden was
Is
supposed to lose 58-0 to Clemson. He was
what year's
supposed
the
to.
what year's the Georgia Tech head coach?
Oh, yeah, first year one. It's gonna be his year two.
Okay,
He getting
so
smashed. They getting
so
smashed.
so hold on now. So the Georgia Tech coach in year 2 has a better team than Miami right now.
Yeah,
Impossible. It can't be. It
So the
can't.
so the Georgia Tech head coach in year 2 making half the money as Mario, you have higher expectations.
I mean, let's look at SMU. Let's look at Washington. Washington made the national championship year two. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
So
hey.
why is it hard for us to expect 10 wins from Miami?
Because we had quote unquote a bad culture, we had a bad locker room, so on and so forth. So
And none of that stuff is present anymore.
And then there's okay, that you know what you got that. I mean, they're all gone. They're all out of here. So
Everything is gone. What?
What's
We
holding us
can li-
back?
we can list them off. Let's start at the top. Manny Diaz players gone. Check. Culture fixed. Check.
facilities,
Flipping the roster. Check. Facilities. Check. Donna
recruiting,
Sh- the Donna Shalala gone. Check.
recruiting.
Recruiting. We are the bag men now. Check.
Oh, we missing Nike. That's what it is.
Oh my God. You know what? With that one statement right there, I'm back at 8 wins.
There you go. I
I'm back
got
at
him.
eight
I
wins.
got him, coach. I got him.
I'm back at 8 wins.
Got him.
I'm back at 8-5. I forgot about that. 8-5.
We don't got Nike.
God dang. You got me.
Got
I'm
him.
sorry. I'm sorry, Coach Hayes, but nah. I'm sorry. I'm back at 8 wins. I forgot about that. Cause we can't win in Adidas.
Hold on now. Then we go 5-7 in Nikes.
But we got five. Wait a minute. First of all,
Well, we went
how
undefeated
many
in the
national?
Nike.
First of all, how many national championships did we actually win with Nike on
One.
anyway?
Well, okay. Somebody. I think there was Rizzy. We were signed to Nike since the '80s, but we didn't start actually wearing Nikes till the '90s. So we won in like full gear in Nike, one championship. But we've been sponsored by Nike since the '80s.
Oh, okay.
Because we're Russell Athletic. We had Russell Athletic uniforms, but Nikes didn't develop football shoes till the mid '90s.
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think I would still hold tough at 11 wins though. Cause we got everything else. We don't need it all.
And the reason you can say that is because we obtained the quarterback that practically every college just about wanted to have on their team in order
That's what they said.
to win. So that's why I'm talking about national championship because we have we have the coach that everybody wanted to have. We have the quarterback that pretty much everybody wanted to have, and we've obtained the top recruiting classes in the last 2 years that everybody wanted to have. So this that's why I'm talking about competing for the national championship. That's
Yeah,
why I'm saying that.
yeah. But we can't belabor the point any too much longer. I mean, we pretty much all on the same page here. 10 wins or more. No more talks of 8-5
Not
because
Hollywood.
I'm just
Hollywood's at
saying.
9.
You at 9.
Yeah, I'm at 9 games.
Where the loss at? Cause we ain't asked you that question. Where the loss at? How about that? Where your loss is
Florida State, Louisville, maybe Florida. Um,
at?
yeah. I mean, that's three. And we always have a random out of this world loss to a USF or a to a Georgia Tech. We're gonna have some random ass loss. I just know this program. I know this coach. We're gonna have 3 to 4 losses.
Man. Hey, well. I guess we all gonna get our money together and fly the plane. Chris Kane,
Well,
what you got? What you got, my bro? What's your final words? We're gonna get out of here,
this
Chris.
is what I wanted to say about that. If Florida State can do it, why can't we?
And they were in a worse position than us.
Exactly. They had 4 losing seasons. Came back out of them years, and Norvell did what he had to do in order to win. If they can do it, why can't we?
Let me explain to you the difference because Norvell is not surrounded by a bunch of yes men. He didn't hire his homeboys. He didn't hire
Hollywood,
his homeboys. There's a
Hollywood.
bunch of yes men
That wasn't an
on this
excuse
coaching
though.
staff.
That
Huh?
wasn't an excuse. That wasn't an excuse though. It wasn't an excuse that you gotta hire a certain coaches now. But I follow you.
Yeah. So the difference is Norvell surrounded people that would test him. He doesn't have a bunch of yes men, and Mario has his friends, the coach's friends, all over this place. So nobody's gonna tell, "Hey Mario, you need to take a damn knee."
Well, they say we need to hire somebody to do that.
Hmm.
He don't ask for
I
too
work
many.
for him. I work for him.
Uh,
Can
You give me 100. Give me 100 to 120,000 a year. I'll tell you when to take a damn knee.
well, according to them, if they have to hire someone to do that job, you at least have to get half of Mario's salary. So you're gonna
I'll
get
take
four
it.
million for this. You're gonna get 4 million for this job.
I'll take it.
Okay. Like I said, guys, what's the final words? Chris Kane, final words. We'll get out of here, man. We've had a good show today.
Accountability,
I ain't got out of character tonight.
effort.
Okay. QB.
None of that
Oh,
bonehead crap.
Um,
You
if
know what it
not,
is.
if not 10 wins now, win.
I already said that Mario don't get it done. He might well shut the program down. That's what the other folks said. So shut it down.
Right. If he can't do it, then damn it, who gonna do it?
Shut it
Who we
down.
gonna bring back? Jimmy Johnson?
No, I can't bring nobody back. The program is over with. Sports Illustrated is gonna come back for that one magazine edition. Finally, the Miami Hurricane program is gone.
Hmm.
E. Brown, what you got? We're gonna get up out of here.
I'm looking forward to the spring game because Mario keeps things so quiet that you don't really know what's happening with the practices and the team. So I'm just looking forward to the spring game
Right.
and we'll go
Right
from there.
about that.
All right. Hollywood Hogan.
I'm just proud of the effort that me, Muhammad,
I
and
forgot about my guy Muhammad.
Muhammad, and JT gave Coach Hayes business yesterday. We made that man cry. So I'm proud. He was sweating, he was screaming, he was just nervous yesterday. So I'm proud of the efforts that we did yesterday. But
Y'all made Coach cry in the car, man.
yeah, we made him
Y'all
cry,
made
man.
Coach cry in the car.
Yeah, he was crying. He was just in his feelings yesterday. He was sweating and everything. So, but
Damn.
I mean, I'm expecting 9 wins, but Shad, you hit on the head. There should be a standard of, it's 10 wins, but I just don't see it. So, like I keep saying all over the place, I hope I am dead wrong. I hope everybody calls me a clown and we are national champions because I will be drinking that. What is it, CAD? That Kool Aid. I'll be drinking that Kool Aid harder than the Mario groupies out here. So
Or that
I'm
I
about to
Cuban
go.
hope
coffee
I'm
or
dead
whatever that
wrong.
shit is.
I'm about to go
Huh?
drink me some. I'm about to go drink me some right now.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I
Good
would I
2001
really
again.
want to get proven wrong. I want everybody to say, remember that Hollywood Hogan Cuban King guy? He doesn't know anything about football. I want people to tell me that because I am tired of seeing our program lose. I'm sick and tired of it.
All right.
You know
Lee.
what? I'm waiting on my boys from Utah to come back on because this felt just like how that was over there. Boy, this was good right here. This was good right here.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. These are my
We need
final
this.
word. These are my final words right here.
Yes, sir.
Right there.
Hey,
Wayne
hey,
Smith.
hey, hey, listen, you should see Katie Allman's comment.
Katie's
Oh,
amazing.
well,
Katie's
Wayne
amazing.
Smith.
The
Katie's great.
last comment she made about the KC Chiefs.
Whose final words is this?
My guy Wayne Smith. Those are my final
Mm.
words right there. I ain't accepting nothing less.
But hold on. You can't know. So if we win 9 games and make the ACC championship game, you okay with that, Shad?
What I tell?
We win it.
Yeah, but
We got
you said, but we could get to the ACC championship game, ACC
no.
championship game winning 9 games.
Corey flag number. Corey flag number. Corey flag number.
11.
11. Corey flag number.
I want to make it into that playoff. It's 12
Playoffs.
teams. I don't want to be 13. I'll put it to you like that. I don't want to be 13.
Exactly. So that's where we at. But with that being
That's
said,
all I'm
man,
saying.
I appreciate all you guys hopping on. This has been another great episode of the Canes Roundtable. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Gonna do this again soon. But
Yes, sir.
peace, love, and hair grease, as my guy South Coast Kane says. And we out. We out.
Yes,
How
sir.
about the you?
Great show, Chad.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
sir. It was a
Appreciate
great
it.
Sure.
show.
Yep.
Is this? Are we going to the locker room today on it?
Oh, I don't know. Well, you know what? Yeah, we can because Coach A said, we can do whatever we want in there.
Because he just said he gave you a compliment. He said, "Man, Shaq, somebody made a compliment saying that you was cooking, man."
So we get yeah. But yeah, we can finish it over there. But all right, man. Appreciate you guys, man. We out.
All right.
Yes, sir. No problem. No problem.